It's Monday, December 1st.
So this is not just about ending a war. This is about ending a war in a way that creates a mechanism and a way forward.
U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says talks with Ukrainian officials were productive. That says American officials travel to Moscow for talks with the Russian president tomorrow.
And Pete said he did not want them. He didn't even know what people were talking about. So we'll look into it. But no, I wouldn't have wanted that, not a second strike.
The U.S. is facing questions about a second missile strike on a vessel suspected of smuggling drugs in the Caribbean Sea as tensions with Venezuela grow.
Trying to find a path forward, trying to de-escalate tensions with our neighbors, trying to understand their concerns, what they would like to do, and I really hope they do the same for us.
A change in tune. BC's premier, who was against a new pipeline going through his province, now says he would be open to the idea under conditions. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to a frosty December 1st in your morning, Saskatchewan. I'm Daryl.
I'm Kayleen. Can you believe it's December already?
Feeling it in the studio. It's chilly in here.
Yeah, it's cold in here today. I just sat down and I said, can we get some heat?
We're having some roof work done here in the building, so no, we cannot.
Well, hopefully you're watching from somewhere warm this morning.
Your forecast has some heat in it. Let's get to news. We'll get back to you in just a minute. It's a critical week for Ukraine. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff is set to take a possible deal to end the war to Vladimir Putin on Tuesday. It comes amid another deadly weekend in Ukraine. Russia killing at least 4 people in Kyiv. Perry Russum reports.
This morning, new details on the high-stakes meeting between U.S. and Ukrainian officials in Geneva as talks resume today on a proposed peace deal to end the Russia-Ukraine war.
We've made substantial progress. Today was the best day we have had in our entire 10 months of working on these issues.
The comments follow talks in Geneva with Ukrainian officials aimed at revising a 28-point peace plan offered by the U.S., a plan that would have handed over more Ukrainian territory to Russia and slashed its military in half. The deal would also require Ukraine to promise it will never join NATO, but it would provide some sort of U.S. military-backed security guarantee for Ukraine. Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle criticizing the plan.
I would not advise Ukraine to sign this.
That plan, that's Putin's plan. That is a very good deal for Russia. It is a horrible deal for Ukraine.
Trump administration officials are pushing back against critics, with the State Department insisting it was based on input from both sides.
Would like to get the peace.
The president had reportedly threatened to cut off all U.S. military support and intelligence sharing unless Ukraine agreed to a deal by Thursday. But Secretary Rubio is now downplaying that deadline. Ukrainian President Zelensky saying on Sunday, Ukraine has never wanted this war and we will never be an obstacle to peace. Over the weekend, more deadly attacks between Ukrainian and Russian forces. A U.S. official says there are plans to hold a separate meeting with a Russian delegation. No details were provided about the location of that proposed meeting. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
U.S. President Donald Trump has now confirmed that he has spoken with the Venezuelan president as tensions grow between the two countries.
The New York Times reported that you had a phone call with Maduro. Did you?
I don't want to comment on it. The answer is yes.
And can you tell us a little bit about it?
No, I can't do that.
Mr. President, would you say it went well?
I wouldn't say it went well or badly. It was a phone call, yeah.
This comes after the U.S. expanded its military presence in the Caribbean. The U.S. has carried out a series of lethal strikes on suspected drug smuggling boats in international waters off Venezuela and Colombia. The U.S. calls it an anti-narcotics operation and says it's acting in self-defense by destroying boats carrying illicit drugs to the U.S. More than 80 people have been killed since early September, and now U.S. lawmakers are pressing the Trump administration for answers after reports that a follow-up strike was ordered to kill survivors of an initial attack. Venezuela's National Assembly is condemning the boat strikes and has vowed to carry out a rigorous and thorough investigation into accusations of a second attack. There's a broccoli recall to let you know about this morning. The brand of broccoli florets, which is seen on your screen, sold in 6 provinces, is being recalled due to possible salmonella contamination. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency says Your Fresh Market product was distributed in New Brunswick, Newfoundland, Labrador, Nova Scotia, Ontario, PEI, and Quebec. The agency is urging consumers not to use it, consume it, sell it, or serve it, as broccoli can make you sick. No illnesses have been linked to the products, but they say the investigation is ongoing, which may lead to additional recalls. Nissan is recalling 3,700 vehicles because of a software problem that could increase the risk of a crash. According to the Transport Canada notice, the software issue is affecting the display of the rear view camera image when in reverse. The affected 2025 and 26 models include the Infiniti QX80, Armada, and Murano. Nissan will notify owners by mail. Owners are advised to visit a dealership to have the software updated. Let's get over to Jeremy Dodge with some holiday shoppers. Jeremy, good morning. Obviously, some technical difficulties. We'll try to get back to JD in just a moment. In the meantime, the Regina Humane Society brought both people and pets together at the first open house in their new location, kicking off the annual Home for the Holidays campaign. The event brought in animal lovers of all ages to enjoy snacks, crafts, caroling, animal education, and time with cats and dogs, of course. The RHS's care, according to the staff, is an initiative off to a good start with 32 animals who have found their homes for the holidays this week alone. The goal of the open house is animal education and exposure.
We would love for the community to see all that we have to offer in way of educational programming, outreach opportunities, enrichment opportunities, as well as all the different animals that we have to potentially become their forever family.
The Humane Society will continue the Home for the Holidays campaign until the end of December. I guess we'll turn our attention to the Weather Center and join Kayleen Sawatsky. It's frigid in here, it's cold out there, and some people are scraping their windshields.
Yeah, and you know what? If you have those hopes of it getting warmer for this afternoon, I am unfortunately going to be the bearer of bad news today, because we are going to be seeing temperatures below the seasonal average really all across the board today, other than that southwest corner where we are seeing some warmer temperatures around Swift Current. Other than that, we are talking about some snow today with those cooler temperatures for some areas way up in the north and central zones. I'm going to show you that on our weather tracker in just a moment here. Right now, though, in Regina, waking up to -17, so definitely a colder start to the day. We do have some clouds right now as well. Low winds, so it's not all bad. -22 now in Saskatoon. Again, seeing a few clouds to start the day. Winds coming in at 9 kilometers per hour. Now, the futurecast showing that we are expecting some of that snow today. This is at about 4 p.m. though right now, so it's looking like we're just seeing a mix of sun and cloud for parts of the afternoon, and then it's after that 4 o'clock time that we see that system make its way in from Alberta. So Prince Albert going to be seeing that snow later on this afternoon and into those evening hours. Saskatoon as well, and then later on really into those overnight hours, Regina going to be seeing it as well, down through the Parkland region through Yorkton, and then Estevan also going to be seeing just a few of those flurries into the overnight hours. There we do see some popping up in the southwest corner as well around Swift Current. So a lot of areas really across the province going to be seeing that snow into the late afternoon and overnight hours. Tomorrow morning, we do see that leaving the province. Now, if you're wondering how much snow is on the way, well, by the end of the day today, Saskatoon expecting about 3 centimeters, about 4 for the Battlefords, and about 5 centimeters for Prince Albert. Again, late afternoon, early evening, and then throughout those overnight hours, we see some of those numbers changing down in the south. So Regina expecting about 2 centimeters, Yorkton about 4, and Moose Jaw about 1 centimeter. Current temperatures now, we're seeing Stony Rapids at -17, -15 in La Ronge, -18 to wake us up in Nipawin, and -19 in Melfort. So yes, again, bundle up this morning. It is cold out there. -16 right now in Swift Current, -19 in Weyburn, and -20 in Estevan. Temperatures this afternoon, though, we're seeing, as I mentioned, -6 for Swift Current, so a little bit warmer there, right around that seasonal average. Other than that, cold temperatures, -13 -14 for Estevan this afternoon. Yorkton up to -12 and Prince Albert up to -13 with that cloud cover. For the 5-day forecast, some more snow on the way tomorrow into Thursday and Friday for Regina in Saskatoon. Seeing it today, tomorrow into Thursday and Friday as well. Wednesday, that day we're expecting that break.
Cold and flu season has arrived in Canada, and a lot of sickness now quickly spreading across many parts of the country. CTV's Paul Hollingsworth has more on the dreaded viruses impacting Canadians.
It's cold and flu season, which is why Chris Butler recently decided to be proactive and get her shots before the winter weather sets in.
I am safe, but I am still doing the wash my hands and that kind of thing. And I don't like to go to any event if it's really crowded.
New data from Health Canada shows flu cases jumped to more than 2,100 last week, up from close to 1,400 the previous week. The population most affected by the flu are people 65 and older. That's why Bill Van Gorder is urging his fellow seniors to wear a mask and be up to date with vaccinations.
Your flu shot, your COVID shot, your RSV shot. Remember, if you get one of those other respiratory diseases, the chances of you also picking up the flu are very strong.
Some children's hospitals across the country have implemented mask mandates and have added extra healthcare staff, expecting an influx of flu patients this season. Infectious disease specialist Dr. Lisa Barrett says there are concerns this year's flu vaccine is not a perfect match for the strains spreading in Canada.
It still does prevent hospitalizations and ICU admissions in many people, and also there are other strains that are well matched still that might not be as common but are still floating around, and this vaccine will still protect you against those.
According to Dr. Barrett, there are also fears this version of the flu virus could bring a lot of sickness.
We do know from the rest of the world that we're starting to see influenza go up, and it's been a crappy influenza season in other parts of the world, so likely it's going to be a tough one here too.
Dr. Lisa Barrett says sometimes people think they have a cold when actually it's the flu, which can lead to severe symptoms and sometimes other complications. Paul Hollingsworth, CTV News, Halifax.
Health Report, brought to you in part by Saskatchewan Blue Cross, protecting your health since 1946.
Well, in case you missed it, a spectacular gingerbread house competition is underway at Stockholm's Museum of Architecture and Design. This year's contest includes 151 creations featuring pieces of history like the Titanic. There's also extremely topical ones like the Louvre's Heist and Labubu's.
Labubu.
Yeah, others built iconic landmarks like the Eiffel Tower and Taj Mahal. The exhibition is open until mid-January, but contest winners will be announced December 14th.
Look at that.
A lot of time and effort.
It feels like there are no longer any limits to what can be done with baking.
For real.
Yeah.
Thanks to a little
like
fondant.
the shows, is that cake and things like that? Unbelievable.
Oh,
Yeah.
my feed's full of those videos of them cutting into a dog while the dog watches. You know, like it's like a fake pug, and the little pug's like, oh.
Yeah, oh my gosh, why are we traumatizing dogs like that?
Might as well, right? Thanks to the crew for decorating for Christmas also.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I walked in this morning and I said, a winter wonderland.
It's the
How
Rudolph
beautiful.
that's a bit.
Yeah.
These giant ginger. Oh, they're heavy too. Oh man. Wow. Okay, I'm going to break something.
I want some for my own house.
Question of the days are all going to be themed for Christmas and the holidays now.
Yeah, so we're asking you, what is your favorite Christmas decoration and what is the story behind it, if there is one? Do you have any decoration that you put up every year and you just think there's memories attached to this one? We want to hear. Jeremy, do you have anything?
No. I can't. Honestly, I can't think of any that really stand. I do have one ornament on our tree that I got as a child, I believe from my Auntie Gail, and it's a unicorn, and it's got a nice fluffy tail, and I always find a prominent spot for that one on the tree. But we don't have a lot of I don't know. A lot of nostalgic decorations, I guess.
Well, let's hope our viewers do.
Yeah. Okay, so text us your answer.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Christmas decoration, and what is the story behind it? If there is one, you can text us at 10400. Standard message rates may apply, or you can also scan that QR code on your screen.
Hi, everyone. Mark Rowe inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Sunday before we head to Sunday Night Football. Broncos taking on the Commanders. 3rd and goal. Marcus Mariota looking end zone. Lofts it to Traylon Burks, who makes the incredible one-handed catch in the corner of the end zone, fighting off the defender with one hand and making one of the catches of the season with the other. He earns your must-see moment from Sunday. And tonight on TSN, we wrap up Week 13 in the NFL with Monday Night Football. The Giants facing the Patriots. Coverage beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific, with kickoff just after 8 p.m. Eastern. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
Let's say hello now to Mike Siona, who is gearing up for our holiday haul. Mike.
Yeah, certainly am. I am down here at Wanuskewin Collective on Broadway and Main, and wearing Pendleton, as is Kennedy Uzelman, who is here to talk to us about this holiday haul that we're kicking off here at Wanuskewin Collective. And really, this entire section here is dedicated to Pendleton.
Pendleton is our wool company from the States. They are a company owned by the same family since in the late 1800s. They are 6 generations family owned. We've got amazing wool goods by them. And of course, once they've been so successful with the blankets, they've branched out into other wool goods like our clothing. They've got amazing other giftwares too that we love to gift at Christmas time.
It is absolutely incredible. If you've never seen the Pendleton line, you have to come and check it out. I mean, you're wearing it. Yeah. They lent me this one here, and it is, yeah, it's warm, it's vibrant, it's really, really cool stuff, and they've got everything from hats to mugs. You can dream of it. I think you can find it in here. Yeah. Another thing is moccasins and mucklucks and traditional Indigenous footwear.
Yeah, on that same winter wear note, we've got all of our moccasin wall here. So we've got our winter mucklucks, and then we've got our moccasins that are good for wear all year round. So we actually have the most moccasins we've ever had right now. We've got our companies, 3 different companies that we work with, and then we also have different makers from all over Saskatchewan. And actually, we're branching out into more of Canada now too. So
yeah, it is pretty incredible. I mean, you really need to come down and see the intricate beadwork and detail that is on here. And of course, you can do that at Wanuskewin Collective. We are down here at the location that you guys have, Broadway and Main. They also have the kiosk at the Saskatoon Airport. So check them out. Maybe get down through security a little bit earlier so you can do some shopping and have some stress-free travel. There you go.
Wonderful, Mike. Thank you so much. Beautiful store and some great gift ideas there. We look forward to seeing a little more a little later on.
All right, let's take a look at this school day forecast. It's brought to you by CAA School Safety Patrol, working together to keep our school zones safe. If you're heading out to catch the bus in Regina and Saskatoon, it's cold out there this morning. -19 right now in Regina and -22 in Saskatoon. By lunchtime, we'll be at -15 in Regina and -17 by lunchtime in Saskatoon. Low winds all throughout the afternoon. We're just seeing those peak around lunch in Regina at about 25 kilometers per hour. And then by final bell, sitting at those expected daytime highs for Regina, that's -13, and for Saskatoon, that's -12. As we go to break, here's a look at those gas prices in Regina. The common price this morning, $129.9. The lowest you might find, $106.9. In Saskatoon, the common price, $123.9, and the lowest you might find is $114.9. Over to the farm markets now, where we find the street price of canola starting the day at $586.12 per ton, and the futures price at $651.30 per ton. Amber durum wheat at $285.94 per ton, and red spring wheat at $250.80 per ton. And the Canadian dollar starting the day trading up. It's now at 71.54 cents U.S. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. We'll be right back.
Welcome to your morning, Saskatchewan. It is 6:28. BC's premier appears to be budging on a plan to build a new pipeline across the province. After saying it would never happen just a few days ago, David Eby now says he's open to the idea under certain conditions.
If we can agree that the oil tanker ban is going to stay in place, then let's have those conversations. I think that would make life a lot better and easier in British Columbia in terms of our relationship with coastal First Nations, and would definitely take down the temperature.
Prime Minister Mark Carney and Alberta Premier Danielle Smith signed an energy cooperation agreement last week outlining the conditions needed for a new oil pipeline to the Pacific to go ahead. In the Memorandum of Understanding, Alberta agreed to negotiate an industrial carbon pricing agreement by April 2026. In turn, the federal Liberals have agreed to suspend the clean electricity regulations in the province, not implementing the oil and gas emissions cap, and if required, make an exemption to the federal tanker ban. Premier Eby says the main concern is over the oil tanker ban. He says if it stays in place, then he's willing to have more conversations. There's a growing call for Canada to reverse its planned cuts to foreign aid.
Because we thought the best way of providing security for Canada is to make sure that the rest of the world has more stability, more equality, ability to fight climate, to support health.
Foreign Minister of Foreign Affairs Lloyd Axworthy is one of the people calling on the government to reverse planned cuts to the Global Fund, which is a major program for fighting AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria. Current Foreign Affairs Minister Anita Anand says Canada's pledge to the Global Fund remains meaningful despite a 17% funding cut. The federal budget is calling for $2.7 billion worth of cuts to foreign aid over the next 4 years. 3 children are dead after a mass shooting in California that happened at a child's birthday party. Investigators still searching for the suspect.
We don't have any information that we can release as far as a motive at this time. What we can tell you is that preliminary investigations in this show that it is a targeted incident.
It happened Saturday night at a banquet hall. Officials say 3 children aged 8, 9, and 14 were killed, along with a 21-year-old. 11 people were wounded. No arrests have been made. There have been at least 380 mass shootings in the U.S. so far this year. The death toll in that devastating fire that tore through a Hong Kong apartment complex has now reached more than 150. Hong Kong officials say their investigation has revealed some of the netting that covered scaffolding used in renovations was not up to fire safety codes. The fire started on the lower level netting covered bamboo scaffolding around the buildings. Now, it ignited Wednesday of last week and took until Friday to fully extinguish. To cap off Canadian Western Agribition, great opportunity for those working in the tech field as a way to improve and manage workloads. For farmers, 3 awards were given out to teams that presented their pitches to a panel of judges. Penrider, which was a group of 6 university students, won $7,000 as Best Business Plan presenters. The idea of Penrider was inspired by improving calf health for farmers.
It worked out great for us because we actually, with the agribition going on, we were able to go out and for the first time ever, actually in real time, do that market research, connect with real-time customers. As I said in my pitch as well, by the end of our market research, we had 12 customers ready for our solution today.
The problems that are being solved by the participants are real-world problems that the producers here at Agribition this week are facing.
Great week at Canadian Western Agribition for sure. In partnership with the Ranchero Society in the town of Pilot Butte, a tiny display is showing off some big talent in the community, aiming to integrate youth and adults in the area. Sierra D'Souza Butts reports.
Over 200 pieces of art from youth and adults are being showcased at Pilot Butte Town Hall.
A really gorgeous, eclectic mix. It really shows the diversity and the sort of amazing talent of the people that live at Ranchero.
The tiny art show features portraits, drawings, and crafts created by members of the Ranchero Society, a nonprofit that provides group care and social services to individuals and families. The organization was invited by Pilot Butte's Town Council and Library, aiming to welcome both youth and young adults into the community.
They've already built some community with the kids that live in our houses, but they wanted to further that, and they were really kind and really gracious just to say they want the kids that live at Rancherlo to just understand that they're part of this community.
The show also includes some art produced by the town, which will be for sale as part of a fundraiser.
We always get kids coming by our house on Halloween, and it always warms my heart. And so just in the spirit of reconciliation and just wanting to make the kids out there feel a part of the community, they come to our library and use the computers and the internet and stuff, so we just really wanted to bridge that gap and make them feel more welcome and a part of our town.
The artists were just given free rein to paint, draw, collage, bead, whatever they wanted.
Between the group homes in Regina and Pilot Butte, about 90 individuals contributed to the show.
It's a really nice opportunity for them to, I don't know, sort of be celebrated, to be have an exciting event, to just showcase what they're all about.
The art will be displayed at the Pilot Butte Public Library branch until December 10th. Sierra D'Souza Buds, CTV News, Pilot Butte.
Some Saskatchewan martial arts talent heading overseas to compete for an international karate title. Lily Simard has been practicing for years, since she was 7. She's now 14. She is heading to Venice, Italy to represent Team Canada for the World Karate Federation Youth League Championships.
I've learned a lot of things from karate, mostly like respect and discipline, but also how to make, it helped me get talking to people more, like making friends easier, and, well, as I said before, you make friends everywhere you go.
Lily says her love of karate was inspired by martial arts movies. How about that? Probably not related to Luke Simard, who used to stand where you're standing and said he could do just anything at any point. I can hear him now.
Because I was thinking almost the same thing when she came up. I said, I wonder if this is a distant relative.
I can hear him now saying, I could do karate. I could break 6 boards with my head.
Oh, yeah, absolutely he is. I'm going to actually send him a text after I do this weather hit. Let's talk about the weather, though, because it's cold out there, Saskatchewan. You got to bundle up if you're heading out the door. And we're not just talking about the cold temperatures. We're also talking about the snow that's on the way for many places across the province today. I'm going to show you that in just a moment here. But minus 19 right now to wake us up in Regina. The sun not fully up. We're not really going to be seeing that until after 8:30 this morning. Winds are very low to start the day, so that's nice to see. Minus 22, though, to wake us up in Saskatoon. So, again, a very cold start to the day. Do not forget that jacket today. The weather tracker, we're taking a look at how this snow is going to be moving in. So, for most of the afternoon, we're not talking about any precipitation today. It's later in the afternoon, about 4:30. We see that system from Alberta making its way into northern and central Saskatchewan there. Prince Albert going to be seeing it. Saskatoon going to be seeing it throughout the late afternoon, early evening hours. And then overnight, we're going to be seeing that popping up down towards the south and over in the Parkland region around Yorkton. Estevan also going to be seeing it overnight and into early tomorrow morning. And then into tomorrow afternoon, we're still seeing this system mainly down in the southwest corner tomorrow, but Regina also going to be seeing some of more of those flurries tomorrow afternoon. Saskatoon, a lower chance of seeing them tomorrow afternoon, but the chance is still there. Current temperatures now, again, very cold this morning. Minus 17 in Stony Rapids, minus 13 in Prince Albert, minus 19 right now in Melfort, and minus 17 in Hudson Bay. Keeping in mind, though, that just because this is what our temperatures are at doesn't mean that it doesn't feel colder with that wind chill this hour. Minus 16 right now in Swift Current, minus 19 in Assiniboia, and minus 20 right now to wake us up in Estevan. If you're wondering just how normal our temperatures this afternoon are, well, Regina expecting minus 13 as our high, and Saskatoon minus 12. The average for this time of year in Regina is minus 5, and in Saskatoon it's minus 6.4. So we are going to be colder this afternoon than the seasonal average. Last year, Regina reached minus 18 in the afternoon, and Saskatoon minus 19.2. The record back in the year 1925 was 10.6 for Regina, and back in 1932, that was 9.4 for Saskatoon. Taking a look at the temperatures across the province that we're expecting now, minus 6 for Swift Current, so not as bad, more so around that seasonal average. Minus 12, though, for Weyburn, minus 13 for Estevan, and minus 12 for Yorkton. We do have some more snow on the way as we continue on into the rest of our work week as well. So tomorrow with just a few flurries, and then some more on the way for Thursday and Friday. In Saskatoon, again, seeing a low likelihood of seeing some flurries tomorrow, but the chance is there. Thursday, also seeing some more flurries on the way.
The provincial government has officially signed an extension with the federal government to ensure $10 a day childcare continues in this province. We're learning more about the deal this morning as we welcome in the Minister of Education, Everett Hindley. Everett, thank you for doing this.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks again, Daryl.
Just how hard was it to get this deal done?
Well, it's taken some time. And credit to our officials in the Ministry of Education that worked very closely. This is a pretty significant. It's a big deal for Saskatchewan families, and we wanted to make sure that we negotiated the best possible deal that we could for Saskatchewan. And I think we've achieved that, and it will provide some long-term sustainability and predictability for the childcare sector.
So what does it include?
Well, it includes a number of things, and these are some of the things that we talked about. We asked for some additional funding in the program. We didn't see that, and I think that was not to be wasn't unexpected, I guess I would say. But what we did get, for example, was some flexibility around the various pillars and buckets of the agreement and where we can spend funding. One thing we asked for that we heard about, and I heard about as the minister, was kids who are in kindergarten and age out once they turn 6 would essentially age out of the program. And we didn't think that was fair, particularly considering that other provinces did have that provision. So we were able to get that negotiated into the deal. So that's that's an example as well of some things that will change in the upcoming agreement, and I think will bode well for Saskatchewan families.
That's a game changer for some families.
Yeah, it certainly is, and that's why myself, and I know I had heard this from people. You're a parent, and I know folks that have kids in daycare, and we've got kids too, and that is a game changer. Just through no fault of their own, just because of where and when their kid was born, they turn 6 and they age out of the program. And again, we just didn't think that wasn't built into the previous agreement or the existing agreement that we currently have. And we just thought, for example, Manitoba has that. We should have that here in Saskatchewan too.
When does that come into effect officially?
So this all takes effect. This is as of April 1, 2026. The existing deal stays in place until March 31st, and then the new agreement will take effect.
Exciting to have it finally done?
Yeah, it certainly is. I think, there was, excited for the families and for the child care sector, because they had been waiting, and we had been as well, to be fair, as provincial government, working very earnestly to try to get the negotiations underway with the federal government. And when they did begin, they happened very quickly. And so that was good. But I think, for the child care sector, for those that are, whether they are the owner-operators of these facilities, small, medium, and large, whether you're an ECE that's working in the child care sector, and most importantly, as a parent that's looking for some certainty around the future of this program, for sure. It's an exciting time, and I think we're just all very grateful that we've now achieved this.
There are rare people out there who say, who cares? Why even bother with this? What do you say to those people? I
would say that, this has been an important program for families right across this province for a number of reasons. We talk so much these days about affordability, and this speaks directly to that. Secondly, this has economic impacts as well. You think about folks, parents that want to re-enter the workforce, and they're having to make these calculations based on how much is childcare going to cost me. So significant decisions for parents to make as well. That's why it's important for, I think, the entire province.
Well, congratulations on getting the deal done.
You bet. Thanks for having me, Daryl.
Everett Hindley is the Minister of Education, and next time we can talk about other things related to education, because this deal's finally done.
Or maybe football or Broncos hockey.
Right, exactly.
Okay, let's check in now with Janelle Lippi at Urban Farm Girl for some holiday gift ideas. Good morning, Janelle.
Hi, Jeremy. Good morning. That's right. And I'm with Chantel here, who's going to walk us through some of these beautiful things that you can see behind me. So good morning, Chantel.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, thanks for coming.
We're so excited. Let's get into some of these ideas here.
Okay, so we have lots of great things for gift giving. So I just wanted to start with purses. They always make a great gift. We have canvas, vegan leather. We have leather. Some of them are RDIF printed or protected, sorry. So those make a great gift. Sweaters. We have a great selection of sweaters this year. And sweaters seem to be the thing. So if you want to stay warm and cozy, come check out all our sweaters.
Well, they look beautiful. And something in particular here that caught my eye was these lights. Tell me a little bit about them.
So these lights are great, and they're even more gorgeous at night. So they run off a USB cord or battery. They're 6 hours on, 18 hours off, and they are just stunning. Makes a fabulous gift.
Gorgeous. So beautiful. And some of these bracelets as well. You had mentioned that these ones are both hair ties and bracelets beside you.
Yeah, so these can be worn on a wrist. They come in different sizes, so you can put them in your hair, wear them as a bracelet. They're just a fashion accessory.
I love it. All right. Well, some really great ideas here, Chantal. Thank you so much for this. We're going to be back very soon. We're going to talk to you a little bit more about some perfect gifts for all of your loved ones.
All right, Janelle, thank you. We'll check back in with you next hour.
Canada's biggest banks are expected to post a boost in earnings this week, even with the U.S. trade war and economic uncertainty weighing on borrowing among consumers. Canada's 6 largest lenders will release their fiscal year-end earnings this week, and analysts expect that higher fee-based income to prop up profits for them, and that is after a year of strong financial markets and some share price volatility. Also, Airbus announcing that the vast majority of its 6,000 A320 family aircraft impacted by a software glitch received the necessary modification over the weekend. They made the announcement on Friday that there were some concerns with it, and they've been working all through the weekend to update them. And there are about 100 that are still affected by the glitch, but they will be updated. They are grounded for now. Those are your morning business headlines. I'm Roger Peterson for BNN Bloomberg.
All right, it's time for your Monday morning Whether or Not. Are you both ready?
I'm ready.
All right. What are meteorological seasons? Are they A, day versus night conditions, spring, summer, fall, and winter, snow, rain, and hail, or extreme weather changes?
Well, it's B.
Yeah, seasons.
It was B.
All right, I gave it to you easy today, folks. The correct answer is B. It's spring, summer, fall, and winter. Meteorological seasons are based on the annual temperature cycle and are fixed 3-month periods. Astronomical seasons are based on the Earth's position relative to the sun, marked by solstices and equinoxes, and have varying lengths each year. So these are the meteorological seasons. Spring is March through May. Summer is June through August. Fall is September through November, and winter is December through February. So if we're talking about the meteorological seasons, today is the first day of winter.
And it feels like it in this studio. Oh my goodness.
Yes, it is cold out there today too, so put on a jacket. It's December 1st, and we have these milestones to share with you. We'll start off with some belated birthday wishes going out to these twins, Jeffrey and George, who are now 56 years young. This shout out is coming from Erickson and Julia's family, as well as your brothers, sisters, nephews, and nieces who love you so much. Happy birthday wishes also going out to Zoe. She's turning 11 years old. We hope this is your best year yet. Lots of love from your granny. Happy birthday. A big happy birthday also going out to Amelia today for her 5th birthday. We hope you have a wonderful birthday filled with fun and a lot of love from your mom, dad, and London. Today also happens to be Turner's birthday. He's turning 9 years old. Happy birthday, Turner. Have a great day with lots of love from your friends and family. Avery also celebrating today. Her family would like to wish her a very fun and hockey-filled 13th birthday. We hope it's a great one. Enjoy. If you have a milestone coming up, send us an email to yourmorningsaskatchewan@ctv.ca. You can also scan that QR code on the screen right now. Make sure you attach a photo. Tell us who you're celebrating and when, and send that in at least one day in advance.
What's going on the radio, Chaser?
Well, we are starting a brand new contest. We're into December now, so we're going to shake the Christmas tree like a curious cat. But instead of like tipping it all down and just causing a mess, we're hoping to give you some prizes with it. So 7:40 this morning, that is when you're going to get your cue to text in, and then I will call someone back and you get to shake the tree. Now, prizes are going to start falling out of there. We have gift cards from Sherwood Co-op. There's concert tickets in there too. There's some food, movie theater passes, and every prize that falls out, you get to keep them. But if you get a little too greedy, if you shake it too much, the whole thing timbers over and then you win nothing. So you got to play it properly, see how much you can shake out. 7:40 is when we'll play.
Well, if it's not cash that's on your tree, what's your favorite decoration?
A favorite decoration, the old A&W root bear decorations, where they had them doing like different things. The snowboard one, that's top right there.
That's retro. I like that. I also appreciate that Kayleen was young enough to know what that reference was. All right, see you next hour.
We'll see you then.
For the first time, Kelly Clarkson has joined Spotify's Billions Club. The singer's Grammy-winning 2004 hit Since You've Been Gone has topped 1 billion plays on the streaming service. Dame Judi Dench says her eye problems are growing worse. She told ITV, "I can't recognize anybody now. I can't see the television. I can't see to read." The Oscar-winning actress has been open about her age-related macular degeneration since 2012.
Every place has their own unique Christmas experience, but there's no place like New York. Tree season starts now.
These 5 families dominate New York's Christmas tree business. The documentary, The Merchants of Joy, looks at their high-pressure holiday trade as the self-described frenemies work to help New Yorkers hang a shining star upon the highest bough. The Merchants of Joy is now streaming on Prime Video. In Christmas Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
It's not just a business.
Encouragement to start our week. Powerfulest. We all need a hype girl like this. Try to get up the stairs.
I think this goes to show what an amazing mother that she must be, because clearly they do affirmations in their house.
What's in the box, do you think? Is that the Christmas tree?
Pivot! Pivot!
That's the Christmas decorations. You got to get this upstairs, Mom. Yeah. We need to.
All right, here's another one for you. If you're ever on the fence about getting a bird, maybe this will help. Look at him go with those moves.
Look at that.
Don't you want to see this in your house? Go get a bird.
Jeremy, go get a bird.
Okay.
We did not have to convince him at all.
I just can't wait. Record the conversation when you come home and say, "Hey, honey, I got this bird." Why? Kayleen and Daryl said to, and I just said, okay.
Peer pressure.
I've been practicing for the time I bring home a duck, finally. It's going to happen.
Okay, yeah, record that conversation. We want to hear it.
That needs to happen. JD, what do you got for us?
Oh, okay. How about this great time while driving the speed limit? Yeah, the best part of a road trip's the music, right? So these two look like they're loving the song that is playing in the car, and they're dancing like no one's watching.
There it is.
Okay, we're going to go a little late here because I'm going to tell a story. This morning, I'm driving to work, and I see the car in front of me driving under the speed limit, okay?
Was I that far under?
It's 4 a.m. I realize it's Daryl driving to work in front of me. He thinks that I'm a cop, so he's going under the speed limit, and I'm behind him going, go, go. So
I knew as soon as that video started I was going to get buried. I went,
yeah, I saw speed limit. I said you're going down.
I did go. Yeah, let's go with safety first. I was going remarkably slow. Yeah. Time out. We're back after this. It's Monday, December 1st. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and French President Emmanuel Macron meet in Paris after U.S. and Ukrainian delegates held productive peace talks Sunday. Pope Leo is at Our Lady of Lebanon Basilica this morning, one of several sites in the country he's stopping in on his first international tour.
Trying to find a path forward, trying to de-escalate tensions with our neighbors, trying to understand their concerns, what they would like to do, and I really hope they do the same for us.
A change in tune from BC's premier, who was against the pipeline going through his province, now says he's open to the idea under conditions. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to your morning, Saskatchewan. I'm Daryl.
And I'm Kayleen. Happy Monday. We hope your day is off to a great start.
And as we just learned, first day of meteorological winter.
Winter, yeah,
I was going to say spring, but it's colder than anything.
Yeah, it's freezing in here, and it's really cold outside. I'm sitting here thinking, is anyone going to judge me if I put on my parka to read the weather this morning? Because it's cold in here.
I'm sitting here thinking, I hope I never drive in front of Kayleen ever again. Let's get to your news and then your weather. We begin with the latest on the international efforts to end the war in Ukraine. Tomorrow, U.S. Envoy Steve Witkoff will travel to Moscow for talks with the Russian president. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says Washington is realistic about how difficult it is to try to reach a deal.
This is delicate, it's complicated, there are a lot of moving parts, and obviously there's another party involved here that'll have to be a part of the equation, and that'll continue later this week when Mr. Witkoff travels to Moscow.
Today, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is meeting with the French President Emmanuel Macron in Paris. Earlier, when they spoke, Zelensky said tough issues still need to be resolved following weekend talks between Ukrainian and American officials in Florida. The negotiations come as Ukraine is losing ground on the battlefield and also facing massive internal corruption scandals. U.S. President Donald Trump has now confirmed that he has spoken with the Venezuelan president as tensions grow between the countries.
The New York Times reported that you had a phone call with Maduro. Did you?
I don't want to comment on it. The answer is yes.
And can you tell us a little bit about
No, I can't do that.
Mr. President, would you say it went well?
I wouldn't say it went well or badly. It was a phone call, yeah.
This comes after the U.S. expanded its military presence in the Caribbean. The U.S. carried out a series of lethal strikes on suspected drug smuggling boats in international waters off of Venezuela and Colombia. The U.S. calls it an anti-narcotics operation and says it's acting in self-defense by destroying boats carrying illicit drugs to the U.S. More than 80 people have been killed since early September, and now U.S. lawmakers are pressing the administration for answers after reports that a follow-up strike was ordered to kill survivors of an initial attack. Venezuela's National Assembly is condemning the boat strikes and has vowed to carry out a rigorous and thorough investigation into accusations of a second attack. There is a broccoli recall to let you know about this morning. If you love broccoli, pay attention to this. The brand of broccoli florets, which has been sold in 6 provinces, is now being recalled due to possible salmonella contamination. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency says Your Fresh Market product was distributed in New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, Ontario, PEI and Quebec. The agency is urging consumers not to use it, sell it, or use it as broccoli can make you sick in this case. No illnesses have been linked to the products, but the investigation is ongoing, which may lead to additional recalls. Speaking of recalls, Nissan recalling 3,700 vehicles because of a software problem that could increase the risk of a crash. According to Transport Canada's notice, the software issue is affecting the display of the rear view camera image when in reverse. The affected 2025 and 26 models include the Infiniti QX80, Armada, and Murano. Nissan will notify you if you own one by mail. Owners are then advised to visit the dealership to have the software updates done. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency has once again issued a warning about recalled pistachio products due to salmonella, possibly. This is, of course, the latest in a series of similar recalls across the country. The pistachios and pistachio-containing products from the most recent recall warning were sold in several provinces, including Ontario, as well as online. An extensive list of the products and where they were sold is available on the government website. The notice advises anyone who became sick from eating a recalled product to contact the healthcare provider immediately. It's a very busy time of year for Canadian businesses. Stores and restaurants often looking to boost staffing, but just how easy it is to find a job this year? Sarah Plowman went to find out.
At malls across Canada, people are hunting for a deal and some a job. Jaden Flexman landed her holiday gig at Hickory Farms, where she'll sell gourmet meats and cheeses into January.
It was a lot of applying online. There was about 200 online applications I'd done, if not more.
According to the job search site Indeed.com, holiday hiring is up 12% compared to last year, but companies aren't posting as many positions as they did 2 or 3 years ago.
There are going to be a few more options potentially out there. At the same time, job seekers are potentially competing with more of their peers.
Bernard says it's been a tough market for job seekers the past few years. Canada's unemployment rate is about 7%. The youth unemployment rate is double that.
To really get the labor market moving in the right direction, we just need a stronger overall economy.
To help keep up with holiday demand, Endeavours and Think Play in Fredericton posted one seasonal job. More than 180 applied.
We have combed through all of those resumes.
People with retail experience, but surprisingly, a lot of nurses too.
A lot of the applicants I noticed, there were multiple current positions, and they're looking for a second, a third.
In Brandon, Manitoba, Toy Masters brought on new staff, including students, but had to turn dozens of people away.
It really breaks my heart to see how hard it is for a lot of these young adults and kids to be finding jobs these days.
Come January, Flexman will have another job. She has advice for anyone searching.
Just keep in mind budgeting, and paper resumes do still work sometimes, so don't give up on those.
Tips to digest when there's no avoiding a challenge. Sarah Plowman, CTV News, Fredericton.
Let's talk athletics, Jeremy.
Sure. Some local martial arts talent, Daryl, heading overseas to compete for an international karate title. Hallie Mandrick has those details.
Lily Samard has been practicing karate since she was 7 years old, and now, at the age of 14, she is preparing to represent Canada on the national stage.
When we first moved here from Whitehorse, my aunt asked me what sport I wanted to do, and I watched so many karate videos and like movies, and yeah, I just told her karate.
After years of training, Samard is heading to Venice, Italy to represent Team Canada for the World Karate Federation Youth League Championships. According to her sensei, this opportunity is far from just luck. It takes significant preparation and discipline for an athlete to reach this level.
We train about 5 days a week, preparing all of our athletes for competition and in technical training inside of the dojo. And then we meet about every 2 weeks as a provincial team and do high-performance karate training.
Samard says karate has helped her develop a number of skills which are useful both in the dojo and in life.
I've learned a lot of things from karate, mostly like respect and discipline, but also how to make, like, it helped me get talking to people more, like making friends easier, and, well, as I said before, you make friends everywhere you go.
These teachings are something Burns says he has spent more than 3 decades instilling in his students.
The athletes that come learn how to compete, learn how to travel, learn how to get their work done, and learn how to be teammates. And quite frankly, karate's kind of interesting because we're a big family. And that's what's kept me here for so long.
Samard added that while she's excited for her first trip outside of Canada, she's keeping her eyes on the prize.
I'm going to go in and do my best, but if my goal is to get first point, because that's like a really big thing.
Hallie Mandrick, CTV News, Saskatoon.
All right, sending good vibes to Lily in Italy as she competes for a world title. Daryl, the Regina Humane Society kicking off the holidays over the weekend.
That's called the Home for the Holidays campaign. It's underway. They had crafts, caroling, and an opportunity to meet your next best friend. Staff say it's off to a good start with 32 animals already finding their forever home this week alone.
We would love for the community to see all that we have to offer in way of educational programming, outreach opportunities, enrichment opportunities, as well as all the different animals that we have to potentially become their forever family.
You can see a full list of adorable adoptables on their website. With just over 3 weeks until Christmas, shoppers have another big chance to score some major deals today. Of course, today is Cyber Monday as retailers look to lure customers online. Holiday shopping is off to a roaring start south of the border. New data shows U.S. customers spent an estimated $11.8 billion online on Black Friday alone, a 9% increase year over year. Experts say the best deals are likely on electronics, beauty products, and clothing. Companies have also been using AI chatbots to help shoppers find the right gift. Maybe the right gift is some tickets to Country Thunder Saskatchewan, but there's a way to win your way in as well.
Yeah, it's even better if they're free, right? So Riley Green, Lainey Wilson, and Creed headline Country Thunder 26. We want you to be a part of that excitement. To enter on our website for a chance to win a pair of general admission weekend passes. Don't text us, don't email us. Visit the website to enter this contest. You don't want to miss it. All right, let's turn our attention now to this still dark morning view. Temperatures really cold out there this morning, Saskatchewan. Minus 19 right now to wake us up in Regina. A few clouds and some low winds. Similar conditions in Saskatoon in terms of some clouds and low winds. Just a little bit colder there this morning. Minus 23 right now. We've been fluctuating a little bit this morning, but the overall idea is that it's really cold out there this morning. We do have some snow on the way today, but it's not going to be reaching Saskatchewan until the later parts of the afternoon. This is at about 5 p.m. right here. You can see it's just entered the province. It's expected to go right over top of Prince Albert and Saskatoon throughout the later afternoon and early evening hours. And then overnight, we see it traveling down through the south. Regina going to be seeing some of those flurries right over top of the Parkland region. So Yorkton, be prepared for it early tomorrow morning. Estevan as well. And then into tomorrow afternoon, we're also still seeing the last little bit of this system impacting areas down throughout the southwest corner of the province. Swift current, be prepared tomorrow morning into early afternoon with some of those flurries tomorrow. If you're wondering just how much snow we're expecting, well, by the end of the day today and just into those just past midnight hours, Saskatoon will have seen about 3 centimeters fall of that snow. Battleford's about 4, Prince Albert 5 centimeters, Yorkton 1, and Regina 1. And then as we head into tomorrow morning, you can see the numbers do jump up just a little bit. So in total, Yorkton will be seeing about 5 centimeters of snow, Regina about 2, and Moose Jaw about 1 centimeter. Current temperatures now, we're seeing minus 17 to wake us up in Stony Rapids, minus 13 in Prince Albert, minus 15 in Spiritwood, and Melfort, a very cold start to the day, minus 20. Down towards the south, we're seeing more of the same, minus 22 right now in Estevan, minus 17 in Weyburn, and minus 19 to wake us up in Moose Jaw. Later on this afternoon, we're seeing temperatures below the seasonal average in many places. Down in the southwest, that's where we're seeing the warmer temperatures today, right around the seasonal average. So Swift Current up to minus 6 today, Weyburn minus 12, Estevan minus 13, and Yorkton minus 12. Regina today minus 13, minus 5 tomorrow though, so a little bit warmer with some flurries in the early afternoon. Minus 15 on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, some more flurries on the way for Regina. In Saskatoon, we're seeing minus 12 today with those flurries late in the afternoon and early evening. As we mentioned, minus 10 tomorrow. A low chance of seeing some of those flurries tomorrow, but it is there. Minus 13 on Wednesday, minus 2 on Thursday, and minus 15 on Friday. Taking a look at our rural forecast now, where we are continuing to see temperatures below that seasonal average for many places. To put that into perspective, across the province, we're seeing that seasonal average right now between minus 5 to minus 7. So Lloydminster, a little bit warmer than that, minus 4 today. Other than that, we're seeing a lot of temperatures that are colder. Minus 12 for Wynyard, minus 12 for Watrous, and minus 12 for Melfort. Watrous expecting a few of those flurries late this afternoon. Down towards the south, minus 9 this afternoon for Rockland, Pilot Butte, minus 13. And minus 13 with a mix of sun and cloud expected for Carlisle. Some of those areas down towards the south, though, expecting those flurries into those overnight hours. Let's take a look at Borden, where internet plans up to 1 gig are available from SaskTel. Minus 12 is where we'll be peaking this afternoon. A few of those flurries late this afternoon, as we mentioned, and then some south winds coming in up to about 20 kilometers per hour.
We are helping you with your Christmas shopping. So let's head back out to Mike Siona, live on location at Manasequi Collective this morning, as part of our holiday haul. Mike.
Yes, I think you meant to say Saskatchewan Collective, Jeremy, is what you meant to say. You were probably distracted by this beautiful bolo tie that I'm wearing, and it is absolutely awesome. We're talking about different accessories and gifts right now with Kennedy Uzelman. And I'll tell you what, you guys have, what, somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 Saskatchewan Indigenous artists featured in the store?
That is correct, yep. We are actually extremely lucky here. We get to work with all of those artists, and with that, we get to share their talents. And with that, they use all different traditional materials, the best quality things. And then they take that and they use traditional technique, but we also have lots of contemporary work too. You know, you can see we've got all earrings, but then they started to use that and do different accessories too. So hair, pins, brooches, different styles of medallions and necklaces, and then we've even got a moose hide hand-stitched purse here. So lots of different techniques and styles.
Now that is this purse right here that we're looking at. I mean, just the intricacy of the beadwork, like how I can't even fathom how you would even start to make something like that, let alone have it come out so well.
And it came straight from the artist's head, so that's her talent there. And then we also do, it's not just beaded accessories and talents that we have. We've got our amazing leather work by the 1885 Co. here. They do the leather work wallets, laser engraving, and then they've even got Apple Watch bands. I love mine. It matches.
Yeah, like that's, you're actually, this is what you're wearing. Like, we're not just showing it off here. You wear this every single day here.
I do.
You've got the earrings going too, a couple of Pendleton sweaters. You've got literally everything. We just pan around just to show you that it's not just the 15 or so items that we've put here. There is a whole wall of it. There is intricate artwork for sale on the walls here. I mean, it's such a cool space that you guys have here.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and we also, everything that you see in store is available on our website. We ship worldwide. We do local pickup.
Oh.
So, yeah.
They've got it all. That website, by the way, wanaskewingiftshop.com.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. Weather's got me tongue-tied this morning. We look forward to seeing more from you a little later on.
Hi, everyone. Mark Rowe inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Sunday. Before we head to Sunday Night Football. Broncos taking on the Commanders. 3rd and goal. Marcus Mariota looking end zone. Lofts it to Traylon Burks, who makes the incredible one-handed catch in the corner of the end zone, fighting off the defender with one hand and making one of the catches of the season with the other. He earns your must-see moment from Sunday. And tonight on TSN, we wrap up Week 13 in the NFL with Monday Night Football. The Giants facing the Patriots. Coverage beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific, with kickoff just after 8 p.m. Eastern. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
Anyone in a warm climate will tell you that Christmas at the beach just hits a little bit differently, right? So this is a tradition in Jacksonville, Florida, Jacksonville Beach. They have Christmas chairs. This is their annual tradition, decorating lifeguard chairs so they look like trees themselves. It's part of a larger program in the area that includes the performance of the Nutcracker as well. So there you go, like a little something different.
Neat.
Would it feel like Christmas without the snow, though?
Having never experienced it, I don't know.
We did, my family, when I was younger, much younger, we did Christmas in Jamaica one year, and as beautiful as it was, oh my goodness, I wish we would have gone at a different time of year.
I've always wanted to do the Disneyland thing. You know, the whole celebration
me
Christmas
too.
morning. Even though I know it'd just be chaos and whatever, I've always wanted to do it. Anyways, question of the day, we're talking decorations.
Yeah, we are. So we're asking you today, what is your favorite Christmas decoration? And what is the story behind it, if there is one? And we have some wonderful answers so far up on our big board. This one from Sandra coming in with a picture that said, my favorite decoration for Christmas are the angels my mom hand crocheted. These angels are a reminder of the love my mom had for me and that she is watching over me. I absolutely love that story. Thank you, Sandra. We had Lynn writing in saying a vintage ornament from childhood. It's very delicate and worn, but it is a family favorite. And I like that, the idea of keeping it from childhood, even though it is weathered. Keeping it on the tree. Beautiful there. Michelle's saying, love the crocheted bells on my tree every year. My mother-in-law made them years ago. She has since passed, but they are so dainty and pretty. Again, another reminder of those family members that came before us that love us so much. Another one coming in saying, we have a number of our decorations that we acquired in our time in Nunavut, reminding us of all the friends there and the good times at Christmas. And here's another one for you. I've had this lady for 47 years. She goes on our tree every year. The black on her skirt is actually sap from the real Christmas tree we would get year after year.
Wow.
So a nice little reminder there. Thank you to everybody who has answered so far, but we want to hear from you. Text your name and your answer to 10400. Standard message rates may apply. You can also scan that QR code. Let us know, what is your favorite Christmas decoration and the story behind it?
It is time for your Monday morning mystery. We've got our whiteboards ready. Time to identify apparently a song today. This one was written by Johnny Marks.
No idea who that is.
Brenda Lee was only 13 years old when she recorded it in 1958. That gives me
that gives it away.
It's the only song she has. Initially it flopped, but eventually became a holiday classic, achieving an historic #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 in December of 2023. All right, well, hold on. This is a lot of words.
Yeah, it's a long one.
I think this is the longest morning mystery question answer that we've had.
There we go. Okay,
I think you can read this.
Let's find out if who's got the best writing here. Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. It is, of course. Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. It's the only song I know by Brenda Lee. That is your Monday morning mystery.
Studio consideration provided by Father's Furniture, specializing in quality Canadian-made furniture.
School Day Forecast is brought to you by CAA School Safety Patrol, working together to keep our school zone safe. If you're heading out to catch the bus this morning, it's a cold one out there. Make sure you're bundling up. -19 right now in Regina and -23 in Saskatoon. By lunchtime, -15 in Regina and -13 by final bell in Regina. And in Saskatoon, we're seeing a temperature of -17 around that lunchtime hour and -12 by final bell. Both cities expecting low winds all throughout the afternoon today. Now, let's turn our attention to those gas prices in Regina, where the common price is $129.9. The lowest you might find is $106.9. In Saskatoon, the common price is $123.9, and the lowest you might find is $114.9. Over to the farm markets now, where we find the street price of canola at $586.12 per ton, and the futures price at $651.30 per ton. Amber Durum wheat at $285.94 per ton, and Red Spring wheat currently at $250.80 per ton. And the Canadian dollar beginning the day trading up. It's now at 71.54 cents US. When we come back, holiday markets have begun. We'll take you to one. Stay with us.
Welcome back to your morning, Saskatchewan. It is 7:30. BC's premier says he isn't ruling out the plan to build a new pipeline across his province after Ottawa and Alberta came to an agreement last week. It has seen plenty of opposition, with First Nations communities standing their ground. But David Eby says there may be a way to move forward. Here's John Benavali-Rao.
Just days ago, BC's premier stepped up to a microphone and suggested the pipeline agreement he was left out of was never going to amount to anything.
No proponent, no route, no money, no First Nation support.
But on CTV's question period, David Eby now says he is open to discussing a pipeline project running through his province if there are no changes to the federal tanker ban.
If we can agree that the oil tanker ban is going to stay in place, then let's have those conversations. I think that would make life a lot better and easier in British Columbia in terms of our relationship with coastal First Nations. And we definitely take down the temperature.
Put in place 6 years ago, the ban prohibits larger tankers from docking at ports along BC's north coast if they're carrying lots of crude or certain types of oil. It's in place to protect some delicate ecosystems. Eby says an exemption would anger First Nations groups and put existing energy projects in jeopardy, and suggested another option, increasing capacity of the existing Trans Mountain pipeline.
Trying to find a path forward, trying to de-escalate tensions with our neighbors, trying to understand their concerns, what they would like to do, and I really hope they do the same for us.
The Memorandum of Understanding signed with Alberta has already cost the Prime Minister a cabinet minister and longtime environmentalist. And Alberta Premier Danielle Smith was booed by grassroots members when she said this at her party's annual general meeting.
I hope people today feel a lot more confident that Canada works than they did a couple of days ago.
As for BC's premier, he had vehemently opposed a new bitumen pipeline, and some noting a change in tone.
Eby is not slamming the door. He's not having a fit. He wants some of the projects of his own that involve fossil fuels, especially liquefied natural gas, to go through. And he mentions tens of billions of dollars of current projects and tens of billions more.
Meanwhile, Eby has said he'd also like to explore things like boosting the country's capacity to refine petroleum as opposed to buying gas from the U.S.
In other news this morning, 3 children are dead after a mass shooting in California that happened at a child's birthday party. Investigators still searching for the suspect.
We don't have any information that we can release as far as a motive at this time. What we can tell you is that preliminary investigations in this show that it is a targeted incident.
Happened Saturday night at a banquet hall. Officials say 3 children aged 8, 9, and 14 were killed, along with a 21-year-old. 11 people were wounded. No arrests have been made. There have been at least 380 mass shootings in the U.S. so far this year. The death toll in that devastating fire that tore through the Hong Kong apartment complex has now reached more than 150. Officials in Hong Kong say their investigation has revealed that some of the netting that covered the scaffolding used in the renovations you see on your screen there, not up to fire safety code. The fire started on the lower level netting covering the bamboo scaffolding around one of the buildings, ignited Wednesday, and took until at least Friday to fully extinguish. Pope Leo is in Lebanon this morning. The Pope spent some time praying at the tomb of a Lebanese saint among Christians and Muslims. The Pope opened his first full day in Lebanon with a message of peace and religious coexistence in the region torn by conflict. Thousands of people stood in line in the rain to see Leo's motorcade go through the route throughout the country. Many people got a head start to the holiday shopping this weekend at Saskatoon's Confederation Mall. The Christmas market, the community one, showcased a number of local businesses. Those that were in attendance were able to take a look at some of Saskatoon's local talent from 15 vendors. The event organizer says their goal is to encourage those spending money while holiday shopping to consider local businesses.
And we're just here today to remind everyone that it's so important to support the local businesses right here in our home community. Instead of going out shopping online, come out in person and support those that create our community. We're the ones who invest into our community, so support is always welcomed.
While the community market puts a special emphasis on holiday shopping appearances, the group gathers monthly to share their creations with the community. And the Safari Market Pan-African Buffet officially happened on Saturday. It's thanks to an expansion of the Safari Market in Saskatoon's North End. It provides an opportunity for people to enjoy food from across Africa and the Caribbean. Officials and organizers say the timing of the grand opening is especially important for those who find themselves far from home this holiday season. To get to our weather picture, which is so far very cold, at least in the studio.
Yeah, very cold inside and outside this morning. My greatest wish for everybody watching this right now is to be watching from somewhere warm, curled up on the couch with a nice blanket and a warm coffee, because in here this morning, freezing cold. Outside, -19 to wake us up in Regina. We do have a few clouds to start the day. Low winds, though, and those aren't really going to be increasing all too much this afternoon, really anywhere in the province, so that's nice to see. In Saskatoon, -23. We've been flip-flopping a bit in the past few minutes between -22 and -23, but overall, the underlying message this morning is that it's cold outside. Definitely bundle up. Futurecast showing that we do have some snow on the way late this afternoon, so this is at about 5:15 p.m. We can see it's just starting to reach Saskatoon there. It's going to be going over top of Prince Albert, Saskatoon, down through Yorkton, and then into the overnight hours into early tomorrow. Regina going to be seeing some of those flurries, Yorkton as well, down through Estevan, and then into tomorrow morning, we do see a little bit more, not quite as much as later this afternoon, but areas down in that southwest corner are going to be seeing some of those flurries tomorrow. Regina also likely to be seeing just a few flurries, not a lot. Saskatoon has a very low likelihood of seeing some tomorrow afternoon. Current temperatures now, we're seeing -17 up in Stony Rapids, -13 through Prince Albert this morning, Spiritwood at -15, -17 in Hudson Bay. A cold start to the day in Wynyard, -20, -22 in Estevan, and -19 in Assiniboia. Later on this afternoon, we are seeing temperatures for the most part below that seasonal average. It's -9 this afternoon for Moose Jaw, -12 for Weyburn, -13 for Estevan, and -12 expected for Yorkton. A little bit warmer down in the southwest corner, -6. But if you're wondering what that average is about this time of year, well, for Regina, it's about -5.0. Saskatoon, about -6.4. Last year in Regina, we peaked at -18 in the afternoon, and in Saskatoon, -19.2. So although it is cold out there this afternoon, it's not quite as cold as what we saw last year, and not even close to being as warm as when we set those records in both cities. 1925, that was 10.6 degrees in Regina, and in 1932, that was 9.4 degrees in Saskatoon. Your 7-day forecast showing showing, again, the chance of seeing a few flurries tomorrow. Temperatures getting a bit warmer, -5, -15 on Wednesday, and then some more flurries expected in Regina on Thursday and Friday. In Saskatoon, we're seeing -12 today, -10 tomorrow. Again, a low chance of seeing some flurries tomorrow. It's not for sure, but just know that the chance is there, and some more flurries on the way for Thursday.
Hey, it's Chase from Pure Country Mornings, back to countdown in this week's Top 5. Starting us off, he is back on the countdown. Jackson Dean, Heavens to Betsy, lands at number 5. Josh Ross staying put at number 4 with Hate How You Look. Country Thunder headliner, we can't wait to have her here in Saskatchewan. Lainey Wilson, Somewhere Over Laredo, is number 3. Luke Combs back in the saddle, back as runner-up. It is your number 2 song this week. And another week at top spot for Morgan Wallen, I Got Better. That's this week's Top 5. Thanks for counting them down with us, and you can catch all of these songs with the iHeartRadio app. Find us there, Pure Country 92.7.
The Regina Jazz Orchestra's Big Band Holiday Show comes to Dark Hall on December 12th, and we're telling you all the details this morning with Dominic Giglione. Welcome to the studio.
Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, well, let's dive right in. Tell me about the holiday show and what people can expect.
Yeah, so this is actually the first time we've ever done a holiday show of this sort. Actually, any show in our brand new season, we put together this really awesome collection of shows throughout the year featuring people from across Canada, some Juno Award winners, some Juno nominated people, as well as some guests that are actually from here in Regina. This particular show, however, is all about the holidays, all your favorite Christmas hits from stuff like Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, Count Basie, to some vocal treats that we have our wonderful Jody Scott right here in Regina doing some wonderful vocal tunes. And in the second half, we're going to be presenting a version of the Nutcracker Suite for Jazz Big Band. We've never done anything quite like that before. It's totally straight from the ballet itself, and it's something for everyone at this show. It's going to be really fun.
Well, as a lover of the ballet, I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
You said this is the first show of this kind. Is this something that you're looking forward to making a holiday tradition?
We hope that a lot of people can come and make something of a holiday tradition for that. There's just so much great music out there that, I mean, we could probably put 4 or 5 shows back to back, but you know, just to have our very first show together, it's going to be really special. There's going to be something for everybody, fun for the whole family.
So what else is coming up for the Regina Jazz Orchestra?
Well, we had in October, we had the wonderful Al Muirhead, who is 90 years old, still playing the trumpet. He's originally from Regina, and he crushed it, and that was our very first debut show. We're also going to have Jack Semple, wonderful local blues guitarist, going to be joining us in February. We're doing a couple education shows in February as well. Regina's very own Steve Kuldestad, who's a professional saxophonist, joining us in April. And then at the very end of the year, Juno Award-winning Katie George, vocalist and scat singer, just absolutely fantastic in May. So it's a really stacked year full of local and national talent that we're going to have.
And if people are wondering about Jack Semple, we actually have him in studio here performing later on in this show, so you can catch that in the 8 o'clock hour. But really quickly, Dominic, can you tell us how can people get tickets if they do want to catch your holiday show?
Sure. So there's 3 ways you could do it. You could go to the Dark Hall box office. We have Dark Hall hosting all these shows that I mentioned. It's going to be a great year for that. You can also go on our website, reginajazzorchestra.com. That'll give you a way to check out all the shows and get some tickets. You can also go to Dark Hall's website. They have our direct links there, and you can get tickets any one of those 3 ways. So we hope to see you out there.
Dominic, thank you so much for your time this morning. As he just mentioned, you could head on over to their website to learn more and get your tickets for this new holiday tradition.
Here's what's happening in our community. A Christmas tea and bake sale happens Saturday, December 6th from 1 to 4 p.m. over at the Broadway United Church on Broadway Avenue. Admission is $5. An old-time dance Saturday, December 6th at 7:30 p.m. at the Hazel Dell Recreation Center. For more, call 306-547-4284. St. Basil's Bake Sale Saturday, December 6th at 10 a.m. at St. Basil's Parish Center, 1717 Toronto Street. Christmas concert Sunday, December 7th at 2:30 p.m. German Club, which is at 1727 St. John Street. Call 306-352-5114. And a Christmas cafe held by the Regina Ladies Choir Monday, December 8th at 7 p.m. at Christ Lutheran Church, 4825 Dewdney Avenue. Admission by donation. If you'd like your event shown here, you gotta email reginacommunity@bellmedia.ca at least 2 weeks in advance.
Canada's biggest banks are expected to post a boost in earnings this week, even with the U.S. trade war and economic uncertainty weighing on borrowing among consumers. Canada's 6 largest lenders will release their fiscal year-end earnings this week, and analysts expect that higher fee-based income to prop up profits for them, and that is after a year of strong financial markets and some share price volatility. Also, Airbus announcing that the vast majority of its 6,000 A320 family aircraft impacted by a software glitch received the necessary modification over the weekend. They made the announcement on Friday that there were some concerns with it, and they've been working all through the weekend to update them. And there are about 100 that are still affected by the glitch, but they will be updated. They are grounded for now. Those are your morning business headlines. I'm Roger Peterson from BNN Bloomberg.
Wardrobe consideration by Colin O'Brien Man's Shop, defining contemporary style for over 20 years.
Let's head back over to Janelle Lepie for some more holiday gift ideas at Urban Farm Girl. Janelle.
Hi, Jeremy. That's right. We are back now, Chantal. We went through some wonderful gift ideas for the women in our life. Now let's talk a little bit about what the men can get here.
Yes, because men can be tricky to buy for. But we have a great selection of soaps, all-in-one body washes. They are tried and true. This is already our second order of them. They smell great. Men in particular are buying them. So if you need a gift, these will make a great gift.
Well, some great options here. Now, you also have some lanterns, especially this one in the middle here. Tell me a little bit about that.
So it has a vintage feel, and it lights up. You can hang it. It's on a timer. We have such a wide variety of them. They come in all different colors, blues, pinks, pearls, all different colors.
They're gorgeous for anybody in your life, really. Now, what else do we have here? We've got some cups. Those are lovely. Those did catch my eye as soon as we walked in.
Roommate, and they're even if you drop them, they're leak proof, and they come all apart so that you can throw them in the dishwasher, and they're just very hefty.
Very handy to have. Yeah. You can never go wrong with one of those. And also some great wall hangings as well.
Yeah, there's lots of great wall hangings for Dad. We've got some Toronto Blue Jay stuff, just a great variety. And I just wanted to point out this year, Christmas ornament, the Highland cow has been super popular. A great gift as well.
Oh, they're precious. We did see lots of those sweet Highland cows walking around here, Chantal. Thank you so much for these ideas. Again, make sure you're coming on down to Urban Farm Girl here. Get some gift ideas. There's tons of amazing options here to be choosing from.
I love a wide variety, Janelle. Thank you. We'll see you again in just a little while.
December 1st, and we have these milestones to share with you. We'll start off with some belated birthday wishes going out to these twins, Jeffrey and George, who are now 56 years young. This shout out is coming from Erickson and Julia's family, as well as your brothers, sisters, nephews, and nieces who love you so much. Happy birthday wishes also going out to Zoe. She's turning 11 years old. We hope this is your best year yet. Lots of love from your granny. A big happy birthday also going out to Amelia today for her 5th birthday. We hope you have a wonderful day filled with fun and lots of love from your mom, dad, and London. Today also happens to be Turner's birthday. He's turning 9 years old. Happy birthday, Turner. Have a great day with lots of love from your friends and family. Avery is also celebrating today. Her family would like to wish her a very fun and hockey-filled 13th birthday. We hope it's a great one. Enjoy. If you have anything that you would like to celebrate, send us an email to yourmorningsaskatchewan@ctv.ca or simply scan that QR code on your screen. Please remember to send those in at least one day in advance.
It's Cyber Monday. I assume in between radio hits, you're just all over the Amazons and stuff.
Actually, you know what? I hit all of like the early like Black Friday specials and stuff like that. So I'm done Christmas shopping, and I just, you know, doing like contests and stuff here. I'm trying to give away some prizes, and we have also started for the Monday here for December 1st, Christmas music. Now, you either love it or you hate it, but when there's a prize attached to it, I think we can all agree that we are loving it this morning, because it can get you some platinum passes to Country Thunder. Every time you hear a Christmas song, all you have to do is enter it at purecountry927.ca, give us the title, the artist, and the time that you heard it. And that is it, and you can be jiggling all the way to Country Thunder with some platinum passes.
What is your least favorite Christmas song?
Oh, I don't like any of them, honestly.
Straight up. Okay.
They're all just terrible. It's the same song, but that's my Grinch moment, is Christmas songs.
You're killing Kayleen right now. My wife hates the Hawaiian Christmas song by Elvis, the Make You Like It Like That. So I play that thing on a loop.
Oh, yeah.
It is so
You're
bad.
a monster.
Time out. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hops and Wild.
Wild and Hops. The dream team. Sorry, Paul.
Disney's Zootopia 2 swept across the box office this weekend. The sequel, which follows Judy Hopps and her friend, the fox Nick Wilde, as they try to solve the biggest case of their careers, took in more than $96 million domestically and $556 million worldwide since its opening on Wednesday. Wicked for Good came in second, earning more than $62 million. The Lionsgate thriller Now You See Me, Now You Don't took third.
Sing, dance, and let your spirit come alive.
Get ready for the sights and sounds of Disney. The Wonderful World of Disney Holiday Spectacular airs tonight. Hosted by Derek Huff, it features artists including Gwen Stefani and Trisha Yearwood with their own spin on Christmas classics. The Wonderful World of Disney Holiday Spectacular airs at 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC and streams Tuesday on Hulu and Disney+. Disney is the parent company of ABC News. And a birthday milestone for Bette Midler. The famed actress and singer is 80 years old. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Sophie Flay, ABC News.
Did you just say your sorority sisters?
Yeah, Bette Midler is in the same sorority. Yeah.
Which one?
Delta Phi Epsilon. Did we not know this?
No.
Okay. We're getting off on a different track here. Now to having a great time while driving the speed limit, which Daryl loves to drive below the speed limit on. Take a look. So we all know the best part of a road trip is the music. These two look like they're loving the song that's playing in the car and are dancing like no one's watching, even though the car behind them is definitely watching and recording. Hopefully it's the passenger recording, though.
I definitely was not dancing this morning when I was going 48, just because I thought you were a police car.
Yeah, no, I was not a police car, and I was not thrilled that you were driving under the speed limit.
Well, you know my way to work, and you know when I leave.
I'll have to leave a little bit earlier.
Or I could pick you up. We can go the speed limit together. Here's a little encouragement to start your week. Instagram handle, by the way, did you notice that? Read between the whines like complaints.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like an influencer mom.
Does so, but that's very nice. Nice words of encouragement.
I like affirmations in the morning, so I think this mom is doing a stellar job.
Get that box up that stair. That brings us to the end of the hour. We're going to reset. We got your very chilly weather forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us on Your Morning Saskatchewan. It's Monday, December 1st.
So this is not just about ending a war. This is about ending a war in a way that creates a mechanism and a way forward.
U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says talks with Ukrainian officials were productive.
second strike.
The U.S. is facing questions about a second missile strike on a vessel suspected of smuggling drugs in the Caribbean Sea as tensions with Venezuela grow.
But I am still doing the wash my hands and that kind of thing.
Hope you're washing your hands. Take all precautions. Experts advising people to stay up to date with vaccinations as flu cases rise across Canada. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Daryl.
And I'm Kayleen. Happy Monday. Look how beautiful it looks in here.
We are festive. We are ready to go because today is the first day of meteorological
winter. Yes. Yeah. So not technically astronomical winter starts later in December, but it sure feels like winter out there right now.
Feels very cold. We'll get to the full forecast in just a minute. First, let's start with your news. We begin with the international efforts to end the war in Ukraine. Tomorrow, the U.S. envoy will travel to Moscow for talks with the Russian president. And Marco Rubio says Washington is realistic about how difficult it is to try to reach a deal to end the fighting.
This is delicate, it's complicated, there are a lot of moving parts, and obviously there's another party involved here that'll have to be a part of the equation, and that'll continue later this week when Mr. Witkoff travels to Moscow.
Today, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron in Paris. Speaking earlier, Zelensky said tough issues still need to be resolved following weekend talks between Ukrainian and American officials. That happened in Florida. The negotiations come as Ukraine is losing ground on the battlefield and also facing a massive internal corruption scandal. Nissan recalling 3,700 vehicles this morning because of a possible software problem that could increase your risk of a crash. According to the Transport Canada notice, the software issue is affecting the display of rear-view camera images when in reverse. The affected 2025 and 26 models include the Infiniti QX80, Armada, and Murano. Nissan will notify you, the owner, by mail, and then you're advised to visit your dealership to get an update. Jeremy, we turn our attention to you for some holiday shoppers.
Yes, Daryl, thank you very much. Many people got a bit of a head start on holiday shopping this weekend at Saskatoon's Confederation Mall. The Christmas Community Market showcasing a number of local businesses, and those in attendance able to look at some of Saskatoon's local talent from 15 vendors. The event organizer shared that their goal is to encourage those spending money while holiday shopping to consider the local businesses in their community.
And we're just here today to remind everyone that it's so important to support the local businesses right here in our home community. Instead of going out shopping online, come out in person and support those that create our community. We're the ones who invest into our community, so support is always welcomed.
And while the community market puts a special emphasis on their holiday shopping appearances, the group does gather monthly to share their creations with the community. And the Safari Market Pan-African Buffet officially opened in Saskatoon Saturday. Now, this buffet is thanks to an expansion of the Safari Market in Saskatoon's North End. It provides an opportunity for people to enjoy foods from across Africa and the Caribbean. The Safari Market was full of soups, stews, pastries, and desserts, in addition to many Canadian favorites. Organizers say the timing of this grand opening is especially important for those who find themselves far from home around the holidays.
You think holidays, you think of all like the food and the feasting and getting together with loved ones and friends and family. And so I think having something like this where, you know, a lot of people from the community are getting together and enjoying a lot of food that you might not often get here is kind of a nice reminder of home, helps with homesickness, and it's just a good time.
The market itself is open 7 days a week, and the buffet is open from Tuesday to Sunday. All right, Daryl, sometimes the weather is the news.
Yeah, we've been treated to some incredible celestial light shows this month thanks to solar storms in the upper atmosphere. And researchers here in Saskatchewan have those storms under close observation. Alison Bamford on what they hope to find out.
On nights with major solar storms, Matt Melnick's view looks like this. From 39,000 feet in the air, he sees the result of particles from the sun crashing into Earth's atmosphere.
They just look so much more defined and bright. You can pick out and see all the movements and all the pillars and everything. It's quite amazing.
Stunning spectacles of northern lights are growing more frequent as the sun reaches its peak of an 11-year solar cycle. An exciting time for aurora chasers and researchers.
We get a lot more data, and it's also, in generally, a bit more interesting.
Daniel Billett is an assistant director with Superdarn Canada, a group that keeps tabs on the weather in space and studies the impacts of it here on Earth.
We're literally measuring the motion of the upper atmosphere.
Billett's work largely focuses on how solar wind affects low-orbit satellites.
Orbits can change a little bit, and that means they can come down, and if they're on unpredictable trajectories, that means there could be risk of collision.
Studies show solar storms can create powerful electric currents with potential to impact power grids, degrade pipelines, and interfere with navigation and communication signals.
We look at convection up in the ionosphere, and you can make the analogy that this is like high and low pressure systems, except for we're looking at electric potentials or electric voltages in high and low voltage systems.
Predicting the weather in space is much more difficult than forecasting it here on Earth, with less data and more variables at play. But researchers here say they hope more information can help change that. Allison Bamford, CTV News, Saskatoon.
It was a weekend of travel chaos south of the border as millions of travelers head home following American Thanksgiving. Snow and ice hit several parts of the U.S., disrupting air and road travel alike. Gio Benitez tracking it all.
This morning, travelers from coast to coast dealing with the aftermath of massive winter storms, just as millions joined the rush home after Thanksgiving.
We had to stop in Denver, and that's where we heard of cancellation. It just got later and later.
More than 12,000 flights delayed across the country Sunday, over 1,000 canceled. In Chicago, 8.4 inches of snow falling in just 24 hours, a record for November, snarling planes and delaying passengers. In fact, in Chicago alone, more than 500 flights were canceled and more than 1,800 delayed.
We had to wait an hour on the plane because there was snow in front of the gate.
Meanwhile, a Delta flight from Detroit to Des Moines sliding off the runway after landing on Saturday. 58 people were on board, and luckily, there were no injuries. But this morning, the FAA is investigating. This as vehicles pile up across the country, from Colorado to this one in Terre Haute, Indiana, involving 45 vehicles. State police rushing to the scene on I-70. Stranded drivers by the side of the road in blizzard conditions, this semi being pulled from the wreckage.
Folks, if you can stay home, let's just stay home.
Okay, and we got those numbers in from the TSA, and it turns out that Sunday was one of their busiest days in history. More than 3.1 million people were screened at U.S. airports. So remember, a lot of those people couldn't get on flights because so many of them were canceled and delayed. So make sure you have that airline app ready to go on your phone, because a lot of those people are going to be trying to get on flights today. So it may be busy as well today. Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
One thing that is certainly busy, Kayleen, is our inbox when it comes to birthdays, anniversaries, those milestone shout-outs. But we have to remind people out there, because we do have an email address change that was like 3 months ago, but people don't listen. So new email address is yourmorningsaskatchewan@ctv.ca. If you send it anywhere else, we're going to miss your birthday, and then you can't yell at us because you did it wrong.
Well, then I get phone calls saying, Kayleen forgot my birthday, and I say, we don't have that inbox anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so yourmorningsaskatchewan@ctv.ca. You've been warned. There it is. There's my disclaimer for today.
Also, while I'm at it, attach a photo. Tell us when you're celebrating this milestone here.
This is our old man shout at cloud moment.
Yeah. All right. Let's turn our attention here to the weather picture. The sun is trying to make its way up. We're not really expecting it to be up in Regina until about 8:37 a.m. Shortly after that in Saskatoon. This morning, we're seeing very cold temperatures across the board in Saskatchewan. -20 right now to wake us up in Regina. We do have a few clouds to start the day. Winds coming in at 15 kilometers per hour in Regina and 9 kilometers per hour in Saskatoon. Winds are going to be remaining very calm this afternoon. And Saskatoon right now at minus 22. Just a few minutes ago, I was talking about how we were fluctuating this morning between minus 23, minus 22. But the bottom line of it is that it's cold out there this morning, and the wind chill is making it feel even colder. Futurecast showing that we do have some snow on the way, but it's not going to be reaching Saskatchewan until later in the afternoon. So by the about 3 p.m. when we're reaching those expected daytime highs, we're not going to be seeing any of that snow. It's later on in the afternoon into the evening hours. We see the snow falling around Prince Albert, Saskatoon, down through the Parkland region in Yorkton, and then Regina and Estevan also going to be seeing some of those flurries overnight and into early tomorrow morning. Swift Current going to be seeing some of that snow tomorrow afternoon. This is at about 1:15 p.m. as it tracks down towards the United States. So just be warned today and tomorrow, some flurries on the way. Now, total snowfall by the end of the day today, Saskatoon seeing about 3 centimeters, Battleford's about 4 centimeters, Prince Albert expecting about 3 centimeters. And then as we continue on into tomorrow morning, those numbers do get a little bit higher for us down in the south. So Regina up to about 2 centimeters, and Yorkton by the end of this system going to be having about 4 centimeters of snow on the ground. Current temperatures now, we're seeing Stony Rapids at minus 17, minus 13 in Prince Albert, Melfort at minus 18, but hey, that's a couple degrees warmer than what we were seeing just a few minutes ago. Minus 22 right now in Estevan, minus 20 in Moose Jaw, and minus 19 in Wynyard. Later on this afternoon, we are seeing many places that are below that seasonal average today, so it is going to be a cold one. Minus 9 for Moose Jaw this afternoon, minus 12 for Weyburn, and minus 13 expected for Estevan. We do have some more snow on the way later on in the week. So for Regina, that's expected on Thursday and Friday. Just a few more of those flurries, but Thursday looking a lot warmer than what we're seeing on Friday. In Saskatoon, tomorrow we have a very low chance of seeing some more of those flurries, but the chance is there. Mainly we're just expecting a mix of sun and clouds. And then Thursday is when we have a higher likelihood of seeing some of those flurries, and it is going to be a little bit warmer. We're expecting that high of minus 2.
Here's something we'd all love to forget, but it was December 1st, 2019. The world's first case of COVID-19 was recorded. December 1st, 2011, the Canadian flag was lowered at the Kandahar airfield, marking the end of Canada's military presence in the Afghan province after 6 years. And December 1st, 1969, if you can believe it, the first ATM was installed in the wall of a Canadian bank.
In case you missed it, Macaulay Culkin, a familiar face at this time of year, but he says his own kids love to watch Home Alone, but they have no idea that he is Kevin McAllister.
They watch Home Alone and they go, that's Kevin. You know.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How old are your kids?
3 and 4.
Oh, so they don't even understand.
No. The 2 days ago, my oldest, he wanted to see pictures of me and my siblings, and I pulled out like an old family photo, and he looks directly at me. He goes, that kid looks like Kevin. Who's that? And I said, that's me. And I kind of just waiting for the other shoe to drop. And he's like, oh, well, anyway. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, got to keep up the illusion for as long as possible.
Santa Claus.
It's like Santa Claus, exactly.
Wow.
And so yeah, no, but it's
yeah, this was on the Kevin McCarthy podcast. He says his 2 kids aren't quite old enough to put the pieces together yet. This is the 35th anniversary of the cult classic, so
I love this, and I love Macaulay Culkin. I just hope that they don't watch My Girl and say, oh, is that my dad?
Did you know that his middle name is Macaulay Culkin?
Yes, yeah, he had a contest a few years ago, right?
Yeah. Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. I don't think he ever changed it back.
Okay. People with too much money, right? Question of the day, what is your favorite Christmas decoration? And is there a story behind it? If there is, share it with us. And we got some paragraphs over on the big board there.
Yeah, so this one came in talking about a special chirping ornament. It was from the kids to their grandparents around 35 years ago. This person said that they store it carefully every year. Batteries removed and wrapping it in tissue every year. puts the battery in, hoping that it chirps still. And again, this year it did. Heartwarming nostalgia, a wonderful Christmas memory. I hope that that ornament keeps chirping forever. Tracy saying a star that I painted a very long time ago, and it's still in one piece. That's impressive because I feel like I break a lot of my Christmas ornaments from year to year. A couple of them end up broken every year. We had Colleen on X saying our homemade Christmas tree in Cabo is our favorite. Made it out of a PVC pipe. Feliz Navidad. Stay warm, everyone. Man, I wish I was in Cabo this morning. It's cold here. We need some warmth.
She spends most of her winter down there.
Yeah. Sandra's saying my favorite decoration for Christmas are the angels my mom hand crocheted. These angels are a reminder of the love my mom had for me and that she is watching over me. And I love that this was a common answer coming in this morning, was homemade ornaments that our family that came before us have made that are being carried down through the family line. I just think it's so beautiful. Thank you so much to everybody who answered our question of the day. We'll have another Christmas-themed one for you tomorrow.
It's cold and flu season, which is why Chris Butler recently decided to be proactive and get her shots before the winter weather sets in.
I am safe, but I am still doing the wash my hands and that kind of thing. And I don't like to go to any event if it's really crowded.
New data from Health Canada shows flu cases jumped to more than 2,100 last week, up from close to 1,400 the previous week. The population most affected by the flu are people 65 and older. That's why Bill Van Gorder is urging his fellow seniors to wear a mask and be up to date with vaccinations.
Your flu shot, your COVID shot, your RSV shot. Remember, if you get one of those other respiratory diseases, the chances of you also picking up the flu are very strong.
Some children's hospitals across the country have implemented mask mandates and have added extra healthcare staff, expecting an influx of flu patients this season. Infectious disease specialist Dr. Lisa Barrett says there are concerns this year's flu vaccine is not a perfect match for the strains spreading in Canada.
It still does prevent hospitalizations and ICU admissions in many people. And also, there are other strains that are well matched still that might not be as common but are still floating around. And this vaccine will still protect you against those.
According to Dr. Barrett, there are also fears this version of the flu virus could bring a lot of sickness.
We do know from the rest of the world that we're starting to see influenza go up, and it's been a crappy influenza season in other parts of the world, so likely it's going to be a tough one here too.
Dr. Lisa Barrett says sometimes people think they have a cold when actually it's the flu, which can lead to severe symptoms and sometimes other complications. Paul Hollingsworth, CTV News, Halifax.
Health Report, brought to you in part by Saskatchewan Blue Cross, protecting your health since 1946.
Every year, Your Morning Saskatchewan gets you ready for giving with our holiday haul. Let's see what Mike Siona has found now down at Wanuskewin Collective.
Well, I'll tell you, it is a cold, cold morning, but here at Wanuskewin Collective, they've got you covered, quite literally, with blankets. We are looking at the mini teepee collection here, and Kennedy Uzelman, we've been chatting about it all morning long. You guys have so many different and unique things. Talk to us about Mini Teepee.
We do. Mini Teepee is an Indigenous woman-owned brand out of Quebec. They have amazing washable wool blankets. They just were on Dragon's Den, and we're so lucky, and we love to carry them here. We've got their limited edition Joy blanket, collaboration with Métis artist Christy Belcourt. So that's a great gift for this season, since it is going to be limited edition. Yeah.
Absolutely awesome. I love it so much, especially this morning. I mean, a little bite in the air out there here. Saskatchewan in December have certainly done what they're supposed to do out there for us this morning. What are some of the other neat gifts that you guys have? I mean, the store is so vast and numerous, but we got a couple here picked out.
Yeah, so in addition to mini teepee blankets, we have a lot of other blanket lines too, like our Buffalo Cross. And then we've got you covered for all different types of gifts. We've got food items, kitchenwares. We've got our Bang and Bannock. They're based out of Regina, a Bannock mix. It's super easy to make. I've made it myself. It's really good. And then you can pair it with some Saskatoon berry jam. You got your mugs and teas. We've got all different types of art prints, different stationery things, puzzles. Who doesn't like a puzzle? Yeah, so you've got the kitchen covered. We've got dream catchers, all different types of giftwares.
I absolutely love it. And 'tis the season, right? I mean, everybody, it's the better to give than to receive. And where better to start your giving than right here at Wanuskewin Collective, of course. The beautiful storefront here on the corner of Broadway and Main. And you've got 3 other locations, obviously at Wanuskewin Park, at the Dakota Dunes, and a little kiosk at the Saskatoon Airport. If none of those 4 work for you, don't worry about it. They got you covered. WanuskewinGiftShop.com. It has been a blast this morning.
Well, the Saskatchewan government has passed legislation to strengthen protections against interpersonal violence in this province. Mr. Alana Ross is with us in studio this morning. Thank you so much for being here.
Such pleasure to join you. Thank you for the invitation.
We talk about this. It feels like we talk about this each and every year, and the problem doesn't seem to get better each and every year. So how big is the problem in Saskatchewan right now?
Well, interpersonal violence is, it's a challenge not only in Saskatchewan. It's a challenge throughout the country and throughout the world. And we're working very hard to increase awareness around interpersonal violence. And because part of the prevention plan for interpersonal violence, people have to understand what it is.
Let's go back a step and define interpersonal violence.
Interpersonal violence is any act that puts someone's safety at risk.
Okay.
And often it's intimate partner violence, but it can be other forms. Most, right? Yes, it is.
But other forms are?
Other forms could be interpersonal violence, just a violation of someone's person, creating an unsafe place for people.
So what have we done here in Saskatchewan? What has your government done?
Well, we work with across ministries. We have the 3 pillars as part of our plan, and the areas of prevention, intervention, and accountability. And in order to achieve this, we have to work across government to be able to provide that. And, the creation of awareness of interpersonal violence is a significant part of what we do. I don't know if you've heard of the SAS 211 line. This is a line that people can reach out to if they feel that they are experiencing interpersonal violence, or know of someone who maybe is, or if they just need more information on what interpersonal violence is and what supports are available.
What do you hear at your office? Are we doing enough in Saskatchewan?
We can always do more. What our office does is we coordinate and lead interpersonal violence across various ministries. Like, we work closely with justice, corrections and policing, with health, with education. And
it really is a multi-tiered approach.
It is, and it has to be a multi-tiered approach in order to provide this. And as I said before, it's not only challenging in Saskatchewan, it's challenging across our country and across the world. One of the things that our department does is we work with our counterparts across the nation to make sure that to share information and to be able to provide the best plan possible for the entire country. Like, we were the first province to sign under the The federal National Action Plan to prevent interpersonal violence.
We got about 10 seconds left, but if anybody out there is experiencing interpersonal violence, 211 is one way to reach out.
211 call.
Is that the best way?
That is the very best way. And even if you aren't experiencing, if you know of anyone who may be, or if you have questions on what is interpersonal violence, please, please reach out to that number.
Mr. Ross, thank you for doing this. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you.
Welcome back to Your Morning Saskatchewan. It is 8:30, and we begin with BC Premier David Abey, who's had a staunch opposition to the plan to build a new pipeline across the province, now leaving the door open after saying it would never happen a few days ago. He now says he's open to the idea under certain conditions.
If we can agree that the oil tanker ban is going to stay in place, then let's have those conversations. I think that would make life a lot better and easier in British Columbia in terms of our relationship with coastal First Nations, and would definitely take down the temperature.
Put in place 6 years ago, the tanker ban prohibits some larger tankers from docking at ports along BC's north coast. Abey says an exemption would anger First Nations groups and put existing energy projects in jeopardy. He's suggesting another option, increasing capacity of the existing Trans Mountain pipeline. It's a silent disease that often goes unnoticed until the damage is done. And now new data reveals chronic kidney disease is claiming more Canadian lives than ever before. Kathy Lee on the national push to bring this health crisis to light.
Cellcept and tacrolimus.
All of this is the armor that makes every day possible for Sean Delaney.
When you have a transplant, you need to look after it by suppressing your immune system.
The 54-year-old's battle with chronic kidney disease began before he could walk.
I had a urinary tract blockage when I was a month old, so I lost my left kidney by Christmas.
His only kidney carried him until 27. Then it failed. 2 transplants would follow, the first from his younger brother Peter, the second 2 decades later from Brenda, a friend of a friend.
There's lots of things I couldn't have done without my brother's kidney, and I couldn't have done this without her kidney.
New data shows 1 in 10 Canadians now live with chronic kidney disease. And even after adjusting for population growth and aging, the national death rate has soared more than 70% since 1990, markedly higher than the global average.
We're not detecting them in time. We're not deploying the treatments that we know reduce mortality, prevent progressive kidney function loss, and other adverse outcomes.
Now, a call for a national framework to enhance kidney health surveillance, ensure equitable access to care, and coordinate early detection.
The most important way of doing that is really to have a blood test and a urine test, 2 very simple tests that you can request from your doctor. Most people don't develop symptoms of chronic kidney disease until they're very late in the disease trajectory.
You're good.
For Delaney, the fatigue, the nausea, the waiting are finally behind him. What remains is gratitude and a life he refuses to take for granted.
Tomorrow's not promised, and so I am taking every chance and every opportunity.
And every moment doing the things he loves outdoors with the people who fuel his fight.
I get to spend time with my grandsons now. My oldest grandson's now 7. We hit 4 mountain summits last year together.
And Delaney says there are many more summits still to climb. Kathy Lee, CTV News, Calgary.
The man charged with fatally gunning down a healthcare company CEO on a New York City street is set to appear in court today. Luigi Mangioni's defense team will be asking that key evidence against him not be admitted to trial. Alison Kosick reports.
This morning, Luigi Mangioni heads back to court for a hearing that could decide what evidence will be allowed in his trial and what evidence may be suppressed.
This hearing could be like a mini trial, getting a preview of what is likely going to be argued not only in a state court, but potentially in a federal court where Luigi Mangioni faces the death penalty.
27-year-old Mangioni has pleaded not guilty to murdering United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson on this New York City street nearly a year ago. His attorneys want a judge to throw out a laundry list of evidence, including statements he made to police after his arrest at this McDonald's in Pennsylvania. His attorneys claim Mangioni was not read his Miranda rights until 17 minutes after police started questioning him. His lawyers also claim the search of a backpack seized during his arrest was illegal, conducted without a warrant. Inside the bag, officials say they found a 3D printed gun and silencer, electronics, and a red notebook in which prosecutors allege Mangione wrote what amounted to a confession. They say one entry read, "I finally feel confident about what I will do. The target is insurance. It checks every box."
If the defense wins just one argument, for example, the contents of his bag was illegally searched, then you don't get a diary, you don't get a 3D printed gun. If you can't present that to a jury, what kind of case do you have then?
The defense also asking a judge to limit how some of the evidence will even be discussed, including whether the notebook can be called a manifesto. Mangione's attorney's already winning one request. A judge is allowing him to wear civilian clothes in court. Depending on the number of witnesses, this pretrial evidence suppression hearing could last up to 7 days. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Flooding and landslides have claimed more than 1,000 lives across the country of Indonesia, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, and Thailand. 604 people are dead in Indonesia after a rare tropical storm triggered mudslides and intense flooding in West Sumatra. Rescue crews have been working to clear mud-choked roads. More than 28,000 homes have been damaged across Indonesia, 1.4 million people affected. In Sri Lanka, mudslides and flooding have killed at least 366 people. Rescue crews are still searching for 367 missing. More than 200,000 people have been housed in temporary shelters. It's December 1st, just over 3 weeks to go until Christmas, and this year, Advent calendars are having their moment on social media. Sophie Flay has the story and the Christmas countdown.
This one is supposed to be the best one on the market. We'll see about that. Open her up. Oh my gosh.
On social media right now, Advent calendars are all the rage.
I've unboxed 19 Advent calendars already, so here are my top 5.
The holiday tradition dating back to 19th century Germany, beginning with the children's book and some chalk marks, serving as a creative way to count down to Christmas. And these days, there's an Advent calendar for any interest. Macy's saying it's offering more than 100 Advent calendars this season for all ages, including toys, food, and beauty.
If you compare the numbers in terms of people unboxing their Advent calendars and their gifts on social media, that popularity of those type of social media posts has increased almost 300% year over year from 2014.
Dare I say I bought every single Advent calendar on the market?
Creators are spending big bucks to show shoppers whether or not this season's calendars are worth the hype.
I accidentally spent $11,000 on an Advent calendar.
Sarah Morris, a content creator in Tennessee, has spent thousands on Advent calendars to share with her followers. She's already opened 20.
If I were to think about the brands and the products that I would actually use, actually enjoy, I would pick the Revolve Advent calendar, which unfortunately it's sold out. So I'm sorry if y'all are seeing this.
The products and prices can vary widely, from this 5-foot, $200 chocolate bar Advent calendar at Costco to this $20 beauty one from Target.
Huge, 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 huge. This looks promising.
Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
It reminds me, my kids get to start theirs today. That's fun. Just over 3 weeks until Christmas, as we mentioned. Shoppers with another chance at big deals today. Today is Cyber Monday as retailers look to lure in customers online. Holiday shopping is off to a roaring start south of the border. New data shows U.S. consumers spent about $11.8 billion online on Black Friday alone. That's a 9% increase year over year. Experts say the best deals are on the usual suspects, that being electronics, beauty products, and clothing. Companies have also been using AI chatbots to help shoppers find the right gift. I don't want a chatbot to find my gift.
That's what I was thinking.
Don't use AI to buy my Christmas present, Kaylee.
It's very impersonal.
It seems a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of Christmas, it's looking like a winter wonderland outside. We have some more snow on the way later on this afternoon for many parts of central Saskatchewan. Southern Saskatchewan mainly going to be seeing it overnight and into early tomorrow morning. It is cold out there, though, minus 19 to wake us up in Regina. Some clouds up in the sky and winds coming in at 13 kilometers per hour in Regina and 7 7 kilometers per hour in Saskatoon. Again, seeing those clouds to start the day. The clouds are going to continue on into the afternoon today, and minus 21 is where we're starting our day at. Now, let's take a look at this futurecast and talk about how that snow is going to move in today. So what you're seeing on your screen right now is where we're expecting it to be about 6:15 p.m. However, this system does reach Saskatchewan about 4 to 4:30 p.m. And then Saskatoon and Prince Albert going to be seeing it throughout those late afternoon, early evening hours overnight. Then we see it down through Yorkton and the Parkland region. Regina likely going to be seeing a few of those flurries early tomorrow morning, and then down through Estevan as well. Swift Current, we're taking a look at you for tomorrow morning and into tomorrow afternoon. Down in the southwest is where we're most likely going to be seeing those flurries. However, Regina and Saskatoon also likely to be seeing just a few flurries tomorrow morning. Not going to be a major concern though. Current temperatures now, we are seeing minus 17 for Stony Rapids this morning, so definitely a cooler start to the day. Minus 18 in Melfort, minus 17 in Hudson Bay, and minus 15 in Spiritwood. Down towards the south, it really is more of the same, other than down in that far southwest corner, East End at minus 7. Other than that, minus 22 over in Estevan, minus 19 in Yorkton, minus 19 in Wynyard, and minus 16 for the Battlefords to wake us up. A lot of places going to be below the seasonal average today. To put that into perspective for you, it's between minus 5 to minus 7 across the board for those averages. Swift Current going to be peaking around minus 6, so that's right around that average. Other than that, a lot of other places colder today. Minus 12 for Weyburn, minus 13 for Estevan, and minus 12 expected for Yorkton. We just talked about that average, again, between minus 5 to minus 7 for most places, but last year it was colder, minus 18 for Regina and minus 19 for Saskatoon. The record back in the year 1925 for Regina was 10.6, and back in 1932 that was 9.4 for Saskatoon. We do have some more snow on the way for Regina. We're expecting that to be falling on Thursday and Friday, and for Saskatoon we're expecting some more flurries on the way on Thursday, again with a very low chance of seeing some flurries tomorrow morning.
But it keep coming back like a revolving door. Said I want you less, but I just want you more. So it keep coming back. The way you got me all in my head. Think I'd rather you in my bed.
Let's head down to Urban Farm Girl once more, where Janelle Lepai is wrapping up her holiday gift guide.
All right, well, we've gone through some great Christmas gift ideas here this morning, but we can't forget about the foodies in our life. So I've got Dallas with me to walk us through some of those options. Good morning, Dallas. Good morning. What do we have here?
Well, we have the ever popular bacon ketchup, which is always a favorite and a great stocking stuffer. New to Urban Farm Girl this year is the Canal line, and you can either buy a gift pack, which we have various ones, or they're also sold singly. These are great for the foodies in your life, whether you want to just start with a roast chicken, or we also have like things you can make dips if you're going to a party, add sour cream, a little mayo, and these great spices again from the Okanagan. Lots to choose from.
Tons of great ideas here. Now I'm very interested. What are these at the top?
Well, these are cranberry spruce spritz. They're the rimmers, so if you want to have a cocktail or a mocktail, they just spice it up a little bit with something special on the rim.
Wow, so some really great options here. What have you seen be the most popular so far?
Oh, I would say these Canal spices are one of the most popular, and definitely the Okanagan. It's a favorite here.
Amazing. Sounds delicious. And now personally, which one would you choose to be your favorite? What would you recommend for somebody coming in?
These.
Amazing.
I'm a foodie. I love to cook, so yeah, definitely the Canal spices are a big hit.
That's perfect, Dallas. Now, where are you guys located for those who are hoping to come down and check things out?
1376 Lawrence Street.
Awesome. All right, Dallas, thank you so much for this. These are some great ideas. Once again, come on down to Urban Farm Girl. This holiday season, there's tons of great gift opportunities, and you won't want to miss out.
Saskatchewan singer-songwriter Jack Semple and his family performing his holiday show at the Casino Regina Show Lounge on December 6th. He's here now with us in studio with his wife, Tara Semple. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Jack, I'm going to come over to you first. Let's talk about what people can expect from that show of yours.
Okay, well, we're playing a bunch of Christmas tunes, but they're all kind of bluesy, jazzy, and funky, and there's a little bit of classical stuff put in because there's diversity in the family. Tara is a classical musician. I am not. And so, you know, we meet in the middle sometimes, and our 3 kids, Caitlin is really into musical theater, and my son, Kieran, is a singer-songwriter, and my youngest daughter, Zanea, is a really good kind of bluesy soul singer. So, you know, there's a lot of diversity in it.
So a little bit of the old and the new. Yeah. Tara, I'm going to come over to you. What's this like for you as a mom to see your family coming together on stage, and what are the rehearsals like?
Well, Jack runs the rehearsals, so for me, I'm scot-free. The rehearsals are lovely. I enjoy them.
I'm the bad cop. She's the good cop.
Exactly. But it's wonderful to be on stage with your kids. And yeah, often I just sit and watch, and it's like, oh, this is amazing. Like, it's really beautiful to see them in their prime, you know, sharing what they do best.
So it's heartwarming, obviously, for you as a family, but also just having everybody around for the Christmas holidays so other families can come and enjoy that. Jack, what kind of music can we expect, though?
Well, there's soul music, there's some blues, there's some rock and roll, there's some jazz, there's some classical, you know, and it's all like, you know, not all of them are really that familiar Christmas songs, traditional Christmas songs. I mean, we are doing What Child Is This? And but we also are doing This Christmas, which is a Donny Hathaway song, and some other blues songs, and you know, we're doing an Eagles classic, Please Come Home for Christmas, and some Phil Spector 1960s type tunes.
Well, not to put any pressure on you, but as a singer-songwriter, is there anything you can share with us right now?
Well, it has to be an original song, and I haven't, so I'll improvise one. December 6th, Casino Regina. That's when the Semple family wishes you a Merry Christmas at the show. December 6th, again that date, Casino Regina. We really hope that you are going to want to go. I just made it up.
And we can see the skills with that guitar there. What are you most looking forward to, Tara?
I enjoy being with all the community. Like, so many people that we know come out to the show, and it's just a really beautiful time to gather our community before Christmas.
All right, one last time before we go, December 6th. Is there anything else about buying tickets that people should know?
Casino Show Lounge, just go to the casino site, and you know, all the tickets are available to buy there.
All right, we're looking forward to that. Obviously, right now, we have to sing original songs, but at the show on December 6th, they're going to be able to wow you with all those Christmas classics, so you can head on over to the website and grab your tickets.
Well, some local martial arts talent is heading overseas to compete for an international karate title. Hallie Mandrick has the story.
Lily Samard has been practicing karate since she was 7 years old, and now, at the age of 14, she is preparing to represent Canada on the national stage.
When we first moved here from Whitehorse, my aunt asked me what sport I wanted to do, and I watched so many karate videos and like movies, and yeah, I just told her karate.
After years of training, Samard is heading to Venice, Italy to represent Team Canada for the World Karate Federation Youth League Championships. According to her sensei, this opportunity is far from just luck. It takes significant preparation and discipline for an athlete to reach this level.
We train about 5 days a week, preparing all of our athletes for competition and in technical training inside of the dojo. And then we meet about every 2 weeks as a provincial team and do high-performance karate training.
Samard says karate has helped her develop a number of skills which are useful both in the dojo and in life.
I've learned a lot of things from karate, mostly like respect and discipline, but also how to make, like, it helped me get talking to people more, like making friends easier, and, well, as I said before, you make friends everywhere you go.
These teachings are something Burns says he has spent more than 3 decades instilling in his students.
The athletes that come learn how to compete, learn how to travel, learn how to get their work done, and learn how to be teammates. And quite frankly, karate's kind of interesting because we're a big family. And that's what's kept me here for so long.
Samard added that while she's excited for her first trip outside of Canada, she's keeping her eyes on the prize.
I'm going to go in and do my best, but if my goal is to get first point, because that's like a really big thing.
Hallie Mandrick, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Wild and Hops. The dream team. Sorry, Paul.
Disney's Zootopia 2 swept across the box office this weekend. The sequel, which follows Judy Hopps and her friend, the fox Nick Wilde, as they try to solve the biggest case of their careers, took in more than $96 million domestically and $556 million worldwide since its opening on Wednesday. Wicked for Good came in second, earning more than $62 million. The Lionsgate thriller Now You See Me, Now You Don't took third.
Sing, dance, and let your spirit come alive.
Get ready for the sights and sounds of Disney. The Wonderful World of Disney Holiday Spectacular airs tonight. Hosted by Derek Huff, it features artists including Gwen Stefani and Trisha Yearwood with their own spin on Christmas classics. The Wonderful World of Disney Holiday Spectacular airs at 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC and streams Tuesday on Hulu and Disney+. Disney is the parent company of ABC News. And a birthday milestone for Bette Midler. The famed actress and singer is 80 years old. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Sophie Flay, ABC News.
Tis the season for some festive holiday content, and yes, that does include dogs wearing Christmas sweaters. It was the scene in Halifax on Saturday as Santa led the annual Christmas Pet Parade. Here is CTV's Jesse Thomas.
The only thing louder than the jingle bells was the barking of dozens of dogs. Big, medium, small, and smaller. They strutted the sidewalks in everything from Christmas sweaters to reindeer antlers, and one even hitched a ride in a remote-controlled car.
Because of COVID, and it just keep, the first year we started with about 15 dogs, and it's just continued to grow and grow, and it's just amazing because the dog lovers come out, the dogs love it, everyone in the community comes out and watches. I've noticed there's been a lot more people out on the street watching for it.
15 years later, there were nearly 100 pet owners and their four-legged friends making their way up and down Quinpool Road, spreading holiday cheer and turning the business district into one big festive fur ball.
I don't know, he's like his family, so it's just nice to get him to experience Christmas and get in the festival.
Yeah, I just love seeing all the dogs and all the people, and I love getting the family all together.
Well, it's a fun day for the family to be here, and it's a nice cause.
Last year, the parade raised $1,500 for the local SPCA, and with this year's turnout being even bigger, organizers are confident they'll top it.
I would say that this is the best year yet.
Participants warmed up with a hot chocolate while waiting for the main event, a photo with Santa himself.
Have all the dogs ended up on Santa's good list?
Ho, ho, ho! All the dogs are very special, very good. For many, it's becoming a new holiday tradition.
This is our first time, yeah.
What do you think?
It's been great. We can't believe how many dogs are here. Dudley's usually very shy, but he's done very well today, so we're very proud parents.
Jesse Thomas, CTV News, Halifax.
This is your favorite stuff, JD. You love this stuff.
You'll notice how few of the dog's tails are actually wagging in that piece.
The one driving the car,
none of them are impressed.
The one driving the car.
Yeah, he was clearly loving life. Yeah, no, I don't. Some were okay with it. Others were indifferent. Most would rather not.
I wish we were in the same studio with Jeremy to just watch him shaking his head throughout that story.
Probably smack us in the back of the head. Let's get to your sidebar. The Cake and Bake Show wowed guests over the weekend in London.
There really isn't a limit now to what people can make with cake. Like, it can be huge, it can be life-size, it can be so intricately detailed and textured that you don't know whether it's cake or not.
Festive show-stopping cakes had everybody wondering, is that even cake?
Wow.
Some look like turkey dinners, cheese boards, the Grinch you saw off the top, that's cake. Oh my goodness.
But do they taste good?
That's a great question. Do they taste good?
Some of these that are so amazing aesthetically, they're just all fondant.
And there's cardboard usually used in parts, right? Depending on the cake maker.
They're beautiful, and I'm sure they're expensive, but do they taste good?
Any cake artist worth their craft, though, will make it taste amazing as well.
That's true.
Worth their crumbs.
So
worth
good.
their crumbs.
Yeah.
All right, moving way south now. Anyone in a warm climate will tell you that Christmas at the beach just hits different. In addition to Christmas trees at Jacksonville Beach in Florida, they also have Christmas chairs. This is an annual tradition, decorating lifeguard chairs like they're trees themselves. It's part of a larger program in the area that also includes a performance of the Nutcracker, one of my favorite Christmas performances.
We went to the Nutcracker at the Connections Arts Center a couple of years ago, and I got to half, and Sarah said, "How do you like it?" And I said, "Once I stopped trying to figure out what's going on here, it's not bad." I had no idea.
You just
have to enjoy the dancers.
I was like, "Oh, this is some sort of weird fever dream." Okay, I get it. I get it now. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
That's just me. That is your very cold December 1st meteorological first day of winter. We're back with you first thing tomorrow.